It is a big rivalry game. Battle of I-95 right here, the Big Cat Classic. Both these teams, both of them wear orange. I don't know who to cheer for, who to root for. Hey, are the kids too hyped? Who can compose themselves and play the football game the way it's supposed to be played and let all the classic theatrics go out the window and just play the game?
Set for football here as Florida Memorial will get set to kick the football away. Edward Waters, Ron Toss, elected to receive to begin this afternoon's contest. So we will set the Edward Waters offense here in just a moment. We'll see Jarwin Russell and this Tiger offense get set to come on to the field. Edward Waters in the new home Nike purple uniforms, Nike tops, or purple tops I should say, orange numbers, purple pants with white stripes on either side, white helmets with the EWU logo on either side. For the visitors from Miami Gardens, they're in all white this afternoon. White tops, orange numbers trimmed in blue, solid white pants, matte blue helmets, and with the familiar Florida Memorial Lion logo on either side. As the Lions get set to put toe to leather here, doing the kicking of Florida Memorial is going to be Nathan Gibson. As the Lions will be kicking from right to left as we see it and as you hear it. Solid crowd filing in, both bands in the house. We'll have a solid band battle at halftime, but we are set for gridiron action here in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah, this is the best time of year, Josh.
Approaching the ball, here's the kick. We are underway. It's a sidewinding kick, angling toward the far side left. It will go out of bounds. And just like that, Edward Waters will have great field position to start this afternoon's contest.
You know, it's interesting, when you don't have a stud kicker, a guy who can put it in the end zone every time, a lot of schools now, they like to do what they call that high sideline. They want to kick it high. Usually they kick it on their sideline, but this time he kicked to the opposite sideline and just hope your coverage can get down there in time. Did not look like it. He just kicked it out of bounds today. Not how you want to start the game if you're Florida Memorial, but you'll definitely take the ball on the 35 if you're Edward Waters.
Tigers have it 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Jarwin Russell engineering the controls of this Edward Waters offense. Russell, the graduate transfer from Alcorn State University. He's out of Grand Prairie, Texas. So line up in the gun. He'll have one back to his left. That is Deshaun Hughes. He'll put a receiver in motion. I'll create twins to either side. He'll take the snap. Back to pass screen. Far side pass complete. Looking to get a block and does. Gets to the 40-yard line. Makes a nice move at the 42-yard line. That's Johnny Jones with the reception. The sophomore from Pahokee. He'll get a gain of 8 yards on the first play of the contest.
I love that. That's how you open out the season right there. Nice, easy screen. Get your quarterback to have some confidence built. Now, 2nd and 2, you can use every play in the playbook.
2nd and 2 from Edward Waters will say 43. He'll take the snap. He'll hand off to Hugie. He is hit and swallowed up in the backfield by a couple of Lions in the backfield. That's Amari Taylor making the first contact there on the running back in Hugie. That'll be a loss of about 3 yards or so on that play. He'll back it up to the 39-yard line.
Big hit by Taylor. Way to come up. Taylor plays kind of what we like to call that nickel back, if you may say. They usually have a 3-man front for Flomo, but now he plays that nickel back, and he comes up and he's an enforcer. Way to enforce.
3rd and 6 from the 39-yard line. Russell will take the shotgun snap. He's back to pass, looking, throwing a little pass complete to Jones. Jones makes the catch, dives forward across the 45. They're going to say he's down as he lost the football. His knee went down. That will be a gain of 6 on the play, a gain of 7 on the play. It'll be a first down for Edward Waters out to the 46-yard line.
Great job by the Edward Waters offensive line of picking up that blitz. Florida Memorial sent both linebackers in, but Edward Waters did a great job of picking up the blitz. The running back came off the edge, picked up the blitz off the edge. Lineman crunched down in the center. Great job.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 46-yard line. Moving left in a scoreless first quarter just underway here in Jacksonville. Shotgun formation, one backside, car left is Hugie. 3 receiver set. He'll take the snap. Fake the handoff, play action. Back to pass. Looks, throws, far side pass to Hugie. Hugie 50, 45, 40 with all kinds of room on the far right side. Goes out of bounds at around the 32-yard line. Deshaun Hugie on the screen reception. He'll move the chains for an Edward Waters first down.
See, I love that from a quarterback. What he did, that first option wasn't there. He wanted to hit the slant on the inside, but flag on
there. There is a flag.
Holding. Offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
That's a big one there, and it's going to back up Shamar Dixon. He's a transfer. He's out of Augusta, Georgia. Transfer from Shaw University, guilty of the holding call there. That'll move the football back to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, here it is. This is college football. This is big boy football. You make a penalty, they're going to call out your number. They're going to let the whole world know.
So after After the penalty, will be 1st and 20 at the 36. Russell works in the gun. 2 backs to his left this time. 3 receivers set. 2 left, single far side to the right. Russell will take the snap. Rolling over to the right here. Looking, stops, throws, far side. Over his head and nearly picked off and incomplete. Over the head of Jones. And the closest person to get there was Darius Conley, the senior out of Miami Central. The pass was incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 20 for the Tigers.
And I think they got away with another holding call on that one. Good thing that was incomplete. Now, I want you to look at this defensive front from Florida Memorial. They are really undersized, except that big nose tackle they got out there. Big number 99, he's a big fella.
Yeah, we'll talk about Serge Champagne at length in this contest today. 2nd down and 20 at the 36. Shotgun formation. They go full wide this time. Takes the snap, back to pass. Looking, throwing over the pass complete to Jones. Jones steps back inside of the 40. Tries to forward. A man stays on his feet. Comes back outside to the 40, to the 50, to the 40, to the 50-yard line. He'll move the chain. Oh, actually, check that. He'll get out to the 50-yard line. There is a flag, however, at the 41-yard line.
Well, that's great individual effort right there by your receiver. A quarterback's best friend is the yak. Yards after contact, yards after catch.
So no flag on that play. It will be 3rd down and about 5 at midfield.
It's early season football for the refs, too. They're still getting everything together.
Takes the shotgun snap. Steps up in the pocket. He'll tuck. He will run. He's got the 1st down and more to the 40-yard line. Carries the Lion with him out to the 35. He'll move the chains for a 1st down.
I like Russell. Russell looks good in the pocket. He looks good. He looked downfield, didn't see any options. Instead of trying to roll out to the outside, he took it up, straight up the middle, picked up what he could get the 1st down and a whole lot more. I like how Russell looks on this first drive.
12-14 and counting, 1st quarter. Edward Waters and Florida Memorial School. His first contest of the year for EWU. Split backs to either side of Russell. 3 receivers set. 2 left, single far side to the right. Now he'll send it back out of the backfield. Takes the snap. Delay draw, head off to Hugie with the head of steam to inside the 30-yard line. He'll get tackled inside the 30 at around the 27, 28-yard line.
Well-designed play on that play. You notice how they sent that up back. He ran on the other side. He went in motion, and he went through the other gap. He went through the left B gap, and then they ran Hugie back through the right B gap. Good misdirection on that play to get the linebackers flowing over to their right, and then they run to their left. Good job. Good play calling.
2nd and 2 for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the Florida Memorial 28-yard line. Shotgun formation, 1 backside car right is Hugie. He'll take the snap, screen far side, pass complete. That's Eric Hoff Jr. Hoff slips out of his break there as he made the reception. No gain on that play. He'll get out to the 28-yard line. He'll pick up a 3rd down at about 3.
There's that turf monster jumping up, grabbing his leg. Got to watch out for that guy down there on the field.
11:04 on a winding clock here in Jacksonville. No score. It's a 3rd down and 2 opportunity here for the Tigers. EWU needing to get to the 25-yard line for a 1st down. Russell will work from the gun. 3 receivers set. Stops. Now checks the offensive brain trust on the far side to reset the protection at the line. Play clocks are out here at the stadium, so the play clock is being kept on the field. Takes the snap. Hands off to Hugie, spins out of a man, gets forward, and will have the 1st down. What great individual effort there by Deshaun Hugie. He was balled up at the line of scrimmage slide, able to make a spin, get forward, and get a 1st down.
That should have been a tackle for a loss, no doubt. Just a great individual effort, just like you said. That's just one man wanting it more than the man across from him.
1st and 10 for the purple and orange at the 25-yard line. Tigers moving into Lion territory. Shotgun formation for Russell. 4 receivers set. Twins to either side of the formation. 1 backside car to the left. They'll put a receiver in motion. Now they'll create trips over here to the near side left. Will take the snap. Fakes the handoff. Throws. Screen near side to Jones. Jones avoids a man to the 20. Stays on his feet. Gets out to the 15-yard line. Florida Memorial fans calling for a flag for a block in the back. No flag comes. That's a gain of 11 on the play out to the 14. And another 1st down for Edward Waters as we move the chains.
I know they're looking for the call against 24 Eric Hoff, but that's a great job of blocking by Hoff. What he did, if the defender turns his back to you, hey, that's not your fault. You can still continue to block him. That was a great job of shield blocking by Hoff out there.
1st and 10 at the 14. Takes the snap. Flag thrown. He is hit and sacked in the backfield. Sack on the play by number 5 for Florida Memorial. That's Philemon Roundtree. There is a flag on the play. It's going to be an offside call. Looks like it's going to be against Flomo.
Flag on the play.
Offside. Defense. Number 0. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
That's one of those ones that hurt Heard if you're Flomo. You did a great job of sending the blitz, calling the blitz on time, getting the sack, doing exactly what you wanted, but you had a man line up offsides.
1st and 5 for Edward Waters. Ball moves now to the 9-yard line. Pistol whip this time for Edward Waters. Greg Mango right behind quarterback Jaron Russell. Heavy set here for the Tigers. Takes to the snap. Fakes the handoff, throws far side, pass is complete, out to the 1. Can he get into the end zone? Balls his way in. Touchdown, Edward Waters. Ravion Moore, the transfer from Tennessee Tech, with the first touchdown of the 2023 season for Edward Waters.
Oh, life's great when you got a big tight end like that, huge target. Love the action they ran. They ran that waggle action. They sent everybody over. All the ball fake were going over to the left. You thought they were going to run, and then they slid the tight end into the flat. Beautiful play action pass for the touchdown. Couldn't have drew it up any better.
Irving Friedman on for the extra point for Edward Waters. Snap, spot, kick up on the way, has the distance, and it has the accuracy. It is good. Tigers leading 7-0 here in the early stages of this first quarter of play. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember. They can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go, why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use
University, emerging eminence.
Edward Waters football on 1010 XL.
Kick from Irving Friedman taken at the 19-yard line, across the 30, across the 35, out to around the 37-yard line for Florida Memorial. On that return was Marcus Barthel. Barthel will get it out to around the 37-yard line. That will be where the Lions will take over 1st and 10. So here comes this high-flying Florida Memorial offense onto the field for the first time this afternoon, Sly.
We'll get to see how they do. Will they try to establish the run earlier against our Bluefield last week? First play from scrimmage, they went over the top. Let's see if they try to go over the top one more time.
Senior quarterback Antoine Williams at the controls of the Lion offense. He's a senior out of Delray Beach Atlantic High School. 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 39-yard line. Shotgun formation. 3 receiver set will take the snap. Hands off to the back, up the middle. Tigers had that one hit, but broke away a little bit. Got forward and got out to around the 42-yard line. Is on the carry for the Lions was George Young. Young on the carry gets a gain of about 4.
Now, see, I like the gang tackling aspect right here of Edward Waters. Everybody needs to converge on the ball. You got a running back like that who likes to tote the rock. You got to hit him a couple of times. Let them know you're there. Let them know it's not going to be easy.
2nd down, we'll call it about 6 or so at the 43. Takes the snap, hand off to Young. Young on the far side. He's hit and brought down in the backfield. Great play there by Whitmire Garcon, another South Florida guy, out of Deerfield Beach with the tackle for Edward Waters.
Big play right there. Love. Anytime you have your Mike linebacker reads that little inside handoff, gets inside, makes the tackle. Hey, I'm an old linebacker, man. That looks like a younger version of myself out there. Makes me feel happy when I see it.
Loss of about 3 on the play. Takes a snap on the 3rd down and 9. It's going to be a flea flicker, looking, throwing, got a man wide open. It is caught at the 30. Still on his feet, coming to the near side to the 20. Breaks a tackle, gets inside the 10-yard line. He drags a couple with him in, and the fumble's on the play. It's recovered by Florida Memorial at the 1-yard line. So the pass was complete on the flea flicker to Jamal Browner. Browner fumbles at the 1. Recovering that one for the Lions was the receiver Corey Stanley. It'll be 1st and goal for the Lions at the 1. There is a flag, however, at midfield. 2 of them.
2 flags in the middle. Let's see if that's lineman.
Offense, number 1. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains 3rd down.
The Edward Waters fans over on the far side loving that call. We've got another flag.
Yeah, I had that holding on the running back. And for that, I don't understand. He was the guy who did the flea flicker. So how do you turn around and hold him? How do you hold a defender? They should have been tackling you. Why would you hold a defender? But early season miscues. And this is the thing, everybody, this game, it helps if you're 6'4", 250 pounds. If you're bigger than everybody, it helps if you're faster than everybody. But sometimes you got to be smarter than everybody. You can't make the silly mistakes. Silly mistakes are what usually end up costing you the game.
So after the penalty, it will move the ball pretty much back to the original line of scrimmage, the 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10 from there. Flaps off the big flea flicker there from Florida Memorial. Shotgun formation for the Lions with 4 receivers set. 3 left, single near side, right, 1 back sidecar. Left Tigers are rushing 3. Takes the snap. Williams back to pass. Looking. He's going to step up in the pocket on the second right. He's got all kinds of room to the 40. Gives himself up at midfield. It'll be a gain of 11 for Antoine Williams. It will keep the drive alive for the Lions as the quarterback gets a first down for FMU.
Now that's going to be real interesting right there. There was no penalty on the play, but he did slide. He gave himself up. Let's see what they do in future references on that play.
1st and 10 for the Lions at the midfield stripe. He'll take the snap. Williams back to pass. Looking's going to take a shot. Throwing near side. Looks for a man. It is incomplete as that pass was intended for Jamal Browder. But great job of coverage there by D'Angelo Sapp, the senior defensive back out of Winter Haven and the transfer from Hutchinson Community College.
I like what he did. That's a veteran play by DB right there. Way to use that sideline as that extra defender. You don't have to necessarily push him, but use your body to kind of ride him to the outside. That's a great veteran move by DB right there.
6:44 and counting first quarter. Edward Waters leading 7-0. 2nd down and 10 for Florida Memorial at the midfield stripe. Lions moving right here in this first quarter of play. Shotgun formation, 1 back sidecar, left is Young. Single receiver, actually a 4 receiver set, 3 to the far side left, single near side to the right. Edward Waters rushing appears to be 4 this time. Stop, check the offensive brain trust over here on the near side is Williams. Again, play clocks are out today. So some old school football here as the play clock's going to be kept on by the official. Takes the snap. Handoff. That's Young. Spins out of a tackle. 45, 40. Leaps over a man. Gets out to the 35-yard line. A gain of about 15 or 16 on that play for George Young. And a first down for Florida Memorial.
They changed that play on the line. That play was originally supposed to go to the left, but Edward Waters overloaded the left side, and that's what that huge pause was. That's why they ran it back to the right. Good job.
1st and 10 for the Lions at the Edward Waters 36. Takes the snap. Handoff to Young once again. Over there on the far side left. Tigers are there. They're going to bring him down. Nice tackle over there on the far side. I believe that's Chase Powers on that tackle for Edward Waters, but that's George Young on the carry. He'll get out to a gain of 3 on the play. Gets out to around the 31-yard line.
I love the tempo that Florida Memorial is running right now. They're running an upbeat, trying to get it going. Let's not waste any time. Let's get as many plays off as we can get off.
That was actually Rashawn Stockman on that tackle. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking left. Throwing left. Looks for a man. It's going to overthrow his intended receiver over on the far side. That is Michael Rucker. Or check, that's Corey Stanley, the intended receiver. That falls incomplete. It is now 3rd down and 7 now for Florida Memorial.
I like the DBs for Edward Waters. I was kind of curious with Roll being out the game, how would the secondary play? But I love how they're not giving up those 9 routes. They're running in the hip pocket of all the wide receivers from Florida Memorial.
Florida Memorial converted their last 3rd down. We'll see what happens on a 3rd down and 7 with the ball spotted at the Edward Waters 31-yard line. Trip receiver stacked near side to a bunch, I should say, near side to this right. Single far side to the left. 1 back sidecar to the right of Williams. Takes the snap. Looking. Screen over the middle. Pass is complete to the 25-yard line. It's going to be a first down for Florida Memorial. Whitmire Garcon makes a reception, but not before the running back, I should say, Walter Wilbon, moves the chains for an FMU first down.
This is why coaches have gray hairs and bald heads right here. Everything was set up perfect on that play.
Delay draw, handoff as they show a little bit of tempo. Hands off to Wilbon over on the far side. Tigers able to read that one and hold him to a gain of 2 out to the 18-yard line.
You know, it's interesting. You look at the defensive play calling right now for Edward Waters. They seem to have their men in the right place. Coaches, they're calling the right plays, but that turf monster's getting up there, tripping a couple of them up. That's how they got that first down on that last screen play. Defender was there, but he fell on the field.
2nd and 8 at the Edward Waters 18-yard line. Shotgun formation, 4 receivers set. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throwing near side pass is complete. Coming over to the 15-yard line, goes out of bounds out around the 10. His on the reception was Markel Lee on the screen. He'll get out to around, actually mark it at the 12-yard line. Make it 3rd down and about 2 or 1 on that play.
Now 3rd and 2, you run a shotgun formation. You're a shotgun team, fast break team. I'm old. I'm an old guy. I want to see a fullback in the game. Right here, 3rd and 2. We're down around the 10 line. Where's my fullback? Let's see that heavy lineup. Look, okay.
Yeah, you asked for it. Here it is. Heavy look at 3rd down and 2 from the 12. 3 backs in the backfield with Williams. Single receivers to either side. Takes the snap. Handoff to the back. Up the gut. Has got the first down. As on the carry was Keno Morissette. Morissette gets down to around the 9. It'll move the chains for a Lion first down. Lions deep into Tiger territory now. 1st and goal at the 9.
And right now, I like what they're doing. They're not giving Edward Waters a time to bring in any heavy defensive linemen. They're going to stay, and they're going to keep running quick.
They'll stay the same formation. Takes a snap. Handoff. Morissette coming over here to the near side right. Tiger defensive line pounces on him quickly out to the 6-yard line. There's a lot of big men in purple able to make that tackle for Edward Waters. Looks like making first contact there for the Tigers is going to be the big defensive lineman, the nose tackle, Donnie Wilburn, the 6'2 senior out of Gainesville. 2nd and goal for the Lions at the 6-yard line.
Now look for your rollout. Look for your play action off of that same look that they were giving them.
Same look, heavy package. Takes a snap, hand off to the back, going over the left side, goes inside the 5. Tigers able to swallow him up to the 2-yard line. So on the carry for FMU was Keno Morissette once again. But give credit to James Gary on the tackle there for Edward Waters.
Shows you what I know. That's why I'm up in the booth, right?
Here we go. They've been completing. They've been converting 3rd downs all on this drive. There's a big 3rd down and 2 here for FMU at the Edward Waters 2-yard line. Under 3 minutes left to go, first quarter. Tigers leading 7-0. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Throwing. Near side. Got a man open. Touchdown, Florida Memorial. You talked about that rollout. He found George Young out of the backfield into the end zone, and the Lions an extra point away from tying the contest.
You know, they'll never get credit for this. George Young, great catch, great rollout pass by Williams. But if you want to look, that play started with number 77 on the outside, Jeffrey Bonica. Jeffrey Bonica caved in that entire right side of Edward Waters' defensive line that allowed Williams to get to the corner and throw that pass so pretty and so to the outside. One man took out 3 defensive linemen.
Big Serge Champagne, the big defensive lineman, is going to come on to kick the extra point here as we have a flag on the play. It's on this extra point. It's going to be an offside call against Edward Waters.
Now, that's my man, Big Serge right there. Now, to all the viewers and listeners now, I got a little flack last week. They said I was giving Serge a hard time. Hey, I want no problem with Serge. I love to see a big man out there kicking. I get tired of the little soccer-style kickers. I want to see a big guy out there take his 3 steps back and just kick it straight with his toe.
So offside is going to be the call against Edward Waters here on this extra point attempt. We'll see what head coach Bobby Young decides to do here.
Offside, defense, number 12. That penalty is declined.
And
there are no roughing the kicker penalties against Big Serge.
It can't be. Big defensive lineman, 3 bills. Hard to call it. I'll call it there. Snap, placement, kick, it's up, it's on the way. Knuckles across the goal post. It is good. So 2:47 left to go here, first quarter from Jacksonville. We'll take a quick timeout, tied at 7. You're in the Bay County Classic here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working.
Take it from around the 8-yard line, across the 10, across the 15. It's going to get up to around the 20-yard line. That's all the return there for Edward Waters. I believe that appears to be Isaiah McCorker. McCorker, a Jacksonville native. He's a transfer out of Shaw University, coming back home. They'll get out to the 25-yard line, and that's where Edward Waters will take over 1st and 10. Tied at 7 here, first quarter of the Big Cat Classic with 2:40 remaining in this first quarter here in Jacksonville. Joshua Jackson, Sylvester Williams here with you. Our first broadcast of Tiger football for the 2023 season here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
You know, love to see how Edward Waters responds. They'll come down the field. First series, they look like gangbusters. They look like they could be the #1 team in the SIAC the way they drove down the field the first possession. Let's see what happens now on this one.
Shotgun formation for Edward Waters. 3 receivers near side to the left, I should say. 1 receiver isolated far side to the right. Lone setback is huge. He'll take the snap, fakes the handoff, looking. He's going to be flush, throws over the middle, pass is complete. That's McCorker with the reception. McCorker gets out to around the 28-yard line before he's tackled by a host of Lions on that play to give him a gain of about 3 yards there on first down.
I just love the way Russell is just maintaining his presence inside that pocket. He's not looking rattled at all. He's looking like every much of the veteran quarterback that you expect out of this young man to look.
They'll actually give him a gain of 5 on the play out to the 30-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 from there. Tigers moving left, trailing, actually tied in this contest 7-7, I should say. Throwing near side, pass is complete to Jones. Jones goes out of bounds. He's going to get out to around the 26-yard line. It'll move the chains for an Edward Waters first down, so a gain of 6 there for the sophomore from Pahokee.
You know, you look in the SIAC with all the good quarterbacks they have this year, and one of the question marks was, what was Russell going to do this year? Could he continue that streak that he's had at those last 4 games? And just judging by these first 2 drives, man, he looked like he's picking up where he left off.
1st and 10 for the good guy to the 36-yard line. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling over to the far side right now. Looks, he's going to be hitting submarined all the way back to the 32-yard line.
One of those things they tried to do that read option on that play, and I think that was one of the ones where you got to give it up to the running back. As a quarterback, when you're keying that read option, you're looking at that defensive end in front of you, and that's the only person you're looking at. You're not worried about anything else. If that defensive end comes to you, you got to give it up. You can't hold it.
Loss of 4 on the play, 2nd and 14. Takes a shotgun snap, delayed draw, hand off to Hugie, bottled up at the line, and could not escape a tackle there as he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
I think that was Davis, Deshaun Davis, transfer. I think, where did the young man come from? I think Deshaun came from Iowa State. They were expecting a lot of things out of him this fall. He was one of the transfers that came in. They're going to plant him in the middle and see what he does.
3rd down and 14 for the Tigers at the 33-yard line. Shotgun formation for Russell. 4 receivers set. Twins to either side will take the snap. Back to pass. It's going to be hit, and he's going to go down to the backfield. Down to the backfield, back to the 22-yard line. Is on the sack for Flomo is going to be Philman Roundtree, and the Tigers are going to punt for the first time here in this contest.
Roundtree will take that one. That'll be the easiest sack Roundtree will get of the whole year. It'll be the easiest one he'll get of the whole year. Just getting in the backfield, and sometimes the quarterback, once he sees that coming, he has to hold up before that play snap. He has to hold up. He has to point to the side. Quarterback needs to know where the blitz is coming from so he can send his protection to that side also. The offensive tackle went inside. Defensive end went outside.
Irving Friedman back to punt here for Edward Waters. He stands at around his own 8-yard line. Takes the snap. Gets under control. Here is the punt. Sidewinding thing. It'll bounce to the Edward Waters 45. Bounce into Lion territory. Nice roll there. Gets inside the 40, and it'll be downed at the 39-yard line, and that is where the Lions will take over 1st and 10. That's the end of the first quarter here from Jacksonville. We've got a stalemate here in the Big Cat Classic. Edward Waters 7, Florida Memorial 7. We'll take a break, begin second quarter action right after this as you are listening and watching Edward Waters University football right here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never, ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com.
Quarter action here from Jacksonville. Edward Waters and Florida Memorial tied at 0. Tied at 7, I should say, as we start the second quarter of action here from Glover Community Field and Stadium here in Jacksonville. Joshua Jackson, Sylvester Williams here with you. First broadcast of 2023 for the Tigers of Edward Waters University. Third annual Big Cat Classic, 10th all-time meeting between these two teams here on the gridiron in a series that dated all the way back to 1945. Florida Memorial does have a 6-3 advantage in the series, including last year's 39-34 victory in Miami Gardens, and a thriller for the Lions as Edward Waters really came close to coming back from a 26-0 hole last year's slide, but just ran out of real estate there in that second half.
I'm telling you, ran out of real estate, man. Last year they were down. They were held shut out. They were held scoreless the first half, and then they came back that second half like gangbusters.
First and 10 for the Lions from their own 39. Williams pumps, looks, flushes, now rolls. It's going to look. He's going to throw this football away. Great pressure there by Chase Powers. Powers, the senior out of Akron, Ohio, forcing the incompletion. It'll be second down and 10 for Florida Memorial at the 39-yard line.
That's one of those things I like to call a coverage sack right there. Great job by the secondary, the Edward Waters secondary, of making sure all the receivers are covered up. He had no options to go to. And then once again, you get a defensive lineman chasing the quarterback down, using that sideline as another defender, forcing them to throw it away. Good job by the Edward Waters defense.
Dead ball, personal foul. Defense, number 5.
Wow.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's one of the things that head coach Toriano Morgan wanted to really hone in on this year, was limiting those bonehead penalties that really kept you out of games. You know, again, as we talked about at the top of the broadcast slide, Edward Waters was 13 points away from going 8-2 last year. But again, it's those self-inflicted penalties that hurt the Tigers a lot last year.
Coach, you always said this is a thinking man's game. You got to think if you want to play this game. If you can't think, you can't play.
So first and 10 for the Lions at the Edward Waters 45. Screen far side pass complete to Markel Lee, but he's going to break a tackle, and he's going to be cleaned up and finally brought down by a host of Tigers. Making first contact there for Edward Waters was Sky Lewis, the junior college transfer from Fort Lauderdale. Lee broke away, but a couple of Tigers were able to get there to clean up and make the tackle. There is an injury over on the far side. I believe that's an injured Lion over on the far side. That might be Lee, the man who made the reception.
You know, great tackle by Sky. Way to come up, shed off that blocker, and I thought he did a great job of wrapping up in the beginning, but he didn't hold on. Here's a lesson for all our youngsters out here watching. All you youngsters out here watching, it's not enough for you to go up and make contact. Sure, you can make contact. You can wrap up with them after you make contact, but you got to grab something also. Grab something and bring them down to the ground. Luckily, this is a team game. He didn't bring his man down, but his teammates came there to kind of clean up the mess.
So it is Markel Lee, the man who pops up, runs over on the near side. No worse for the wear. It's a loss of a yard on the play. It's going to be backed up to the 47-yard line of EWU. Moving left are these Lions in a tie contest with 14:36 left to go here until halftime. Shotgun formation for the Lions. One backside guard to the right. Twin receivers to either side of the formation, a four-receiver set. Tigers rushing 4 here. Linebackers creeping at the line. They'll back up as the quarterback will change the protection here. 2nd and 11 from the 47. Williams will take the snap. Hands off to the back. Going over the right side. Got ahead of steam out to the 40-yard line. So on the carry there for Florida Memorial was Walter Wilbon. Wilbon will get it out to the 39. As we have a stop and play after the gain on that play. It looks like an injury to one of the big offensive linemen for Florida Memorial.
You know, here's the thing. Big man's running off the field. But you youngsters out here watching, if you ever get hurt, lay down there. Stay down there for a long time. Let your team get a rest while you stay down there till the trainer comes out.
Third, and we'll call it 2 at around the 39. I'll take a low snap, handoff to the back, trying to turn the corner on the far right side. Breaks the tackle, first down and more. Flag is thrown as they get out to around the 20-yard line. Is on the carry for Flomo again was Walter Wilborn, but there is a flag at the 41. A couple flags, I should say, here.
I think they may have grabbed a face mask on that one. I think that's in that area. Great job of running, just individual effort by Wilborn. Wilborn should have been stopped for about a two-yard gain maybe, but he kept fighting forward to pick up the extra.
Personal foul, defense.
Yep.
Face mask, defense, number 44. That penalty be added to the end of the run, half the distance to the goal.
So that's a big penalty on James Gary, the big defensive lineman out of Aliceville, Alabama. It's going to be a half the distance to goal penalty after the carry, so that's going to put the Lions in point-blank range here, trying to take their first lead of this contest. 13:41 in counting, second quarter. Edward Waters and Florida Memorial tied at 7, but the Lions have it now first and goal at the Edward Waters 10-yard line. Shotgun pistol formation this time. I'll take the snap. Turn, hand, Wilbon, right side. Avoids one defender, can't avoid another one. It'll go out of bounds. Great job of the Edward Waters linebacker core there, led by, believe that was Sky Lewis, able to draw to push the man out of bounds, create a minimal gain on that play.
One thing about this Tiger defense, their linebacker core, these guys are flowing to the ball. I love how everybody's getting to the ball, and kind of cutting these gains down. That team defense, that pursuit drill coming into play right now.
I should call it second down and 8 at the 10-yard line. The original line of scrimmage action on that last play was the 12, so a gain of 2 on that play as we have a stop and play.
Ed Waters, this is their first time out of the half, 1 minute timeout.
So a timeout here. We'll actually go ahead and keep it here, Sly. We've seen it back and forth in the first quarter, but we're seeing Florida Memorial showing some signs of life, taking advantage on some third down conversions as well as taking advantage of some Edward Waters miscues. They've got it now in a good field position with a second down and about 8 at the Edward Waters 10.
And here's the thing, you talk about miscues. I know it's early in the season, and you expect some mistakes early in the season, but there's certain things you just cannot allow for, you can't stand for. The face mask penalty. Can't have it. That was a huge penalty, that face mask tacking on some extra yards. It's just certain little things I like to call the mental errors, the mental mistakes. Those are the things you have to cut out if you want to be a championship team. If you don't want to be listed as number 7 in the SIAC, you want a little bit more respect, cut out on some of the small, simple penalties.
So the Lions, I should say, have it now second down and about 8 at the 10-yard line. Shotgun formation for Williams, one backside, Garn to the left. 4 receiver set, 3 to the near side, left single, far side to the right. Takes a snap, looking, throwing far side, looks for a man. It is almost picked off. D'Angelo Sapp nearly picking that one off as that pass was intended over there on that far side to Jamal Browder. He just couldn't get a paw on that one. It'll be third down and 8 from the 10.
I like what Sapp has been doing as a cornerback, the way he's using his body, the way he's positioning himself. On that deep pass down the sideline earlier, he kind of used his body to shield the receiver off. On that one, he kind of boxed out like a basketball player to get up there to knock that out. I like the cornerback play from Sapp.
Takes the snap, handoff to the back, up the gut. Tigers close the hole. He's short of the first down. Is on the carry for FMU is going to be Darius. Check that. That was George Young on the carry. Gain of a couple on the play. Make it 4th down and about maybe 5. They're going to send Big Sir Champagne on to try to make this a 3-point ball game.
All right, let's see if this is his surge. Let's see if this is in his bag.
Yes, we'll see. They're going to take the knee at around the 12-yard line, so it'll be a 23-yard field goal attempt on the far side right hash.
On an angle, too.
We'll see. See if the big man has it. Snap, placement, kick is low, and did it get across? It did.
It's good.
Big Surge puts 3 on the board for Florida Memorial. 12:19 left to go here, second quarter. Lions now lead 10-7. Here in the Big Cat Classic. We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill.
2-yard field goal from Serge Champagne take a 10-7 lead on the Tigers of Edward Waters with 12:19 left to go here in the second quarter of play. Joshua Jackson, Sylvester Williams here with you. The broadcast of Tiger football here on the Edward Waters Sports Network for our friends watching on the Black College Sports Network. Roy Evans on the controls of the broadcast for those listening on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Rob Macchio's back at the Hogan Road headquarters as our producer here on 1010XL. Approaches here is a sidewinding kick. And again, it's going to go out of bounds. Nearly recovered, I should say, by a Lion on the free kick, but it went out of bounds, and that's going to give Edward Waters great field position.
Now that was designed that way.
Okay.
That's a beautiful kick.
That's what you want to call it. If you want to decide if it's fit to me, that's what you want to call it.
But I don't know if I'm going to put my money on that one being designed that way. You might let him do that one 20 times. I don't think he'll do it again.
So it went out of bounds. It'll be spotted at midfield. And that is where the Tigers will have it first down and 10. Russell works from the gun. One back to his left is going to be Hugie. 3 receiver set, 2 right, single far side to the left. They'll put Jones in motion. They'll create twins to far side left. Takes a snap, screen, far side, pass complete to Jones. Jones does make the miss, and he does. Gets inside the 50, lowers his shoulder, gets down to around the 48-yard line for a gain of 2 yards on the play.
You know, a lot of times you want to get your athlete and just put your athlete in space and let him get in space and see what he can create. He only has to beat one guy. But sometimes that one guy you're trying to beat might be a little bit better than what you thought he was.
Tyree Collins on the stop there for Florida Memorial. Gain of 2 on the play. Second down and 8 at the Florida Memorial 48-yard line. Tigers moving right, trailing 10-7. Russell works from the gun. 3 receiver set. Tight end wing to the right. It's Ravion Moore. Now he floats over to the left. Takes the snap. Hand off, Hugie, right side with the head seam, 45, gets outside to the 40, 35, 30, goes out of bounds, inside the 30, and he'll go down at around the 29-yard line. It'll be a first down for Edward Waters as Deshaun Hugie gets a gain of steam and a first down for the Tigers.
See, man, that's a good guy right there, man, to put the load, put your trust in Hugie. In Hugie, we trust. I'm telling you, the way he ran that one, the way he can control himself, controls his body, controls his movement, he should have been stopped right there at the line of scrimmage. But he managed to stop himself, juke to the outside. Somebody hit that R1 button. He got to the outside, and he took it upfield for another 15 to 17 yards after that initial contact.
First and 10 for the Tigers at the Lion 29-yard line. Shotgun formation, 4 receiver set. Now twins to other side of the formation. Huge to the backside, Carr to the right. Takes the snap. Looking left is Russell. Throwing far side. It is incomplete. Was looking for Jones on the far side. He stopped on that run. Had a chance to make that reception, but he just stopped on his route.
And it was a beautiful, well-called play. Shout out to the offensive coordinator, because what they did, they faked the outside screen. They faked that quick hitter screen, and the wide receiver, he took a jab step like he was going to block the cornerback, but then he went downfield. Now, here's the thing. You got to keep running. I don't know why the wide receiver stopped. You got to keep running. The quarterback put the ball where it needed to be put. Wide receiver just stopped running.
Clock stops with 10:38 left to go here in the second quarter. Lions leading 10-7. Russell works from the gun. One backside, Carl Wright is usually 4 receiver set. Lions rushing 4 here on second down. Takes the snap. Looks, throws near side. It's incomplete. And the Tigers just slipping on this field as nearly as the man intended to make that reception was Devin Thompson, the junior transfer from Stetson.
You know, this is one of those instances where you got to check your cleats. You have to know your field, know where you're playing, know what field you're playing on. If you have, this is beautiful turf out here. This is grade A, top-of-the-line turf. But you're going to need just a little bit longer cleats. I think some of these guys are playing in turf shoes instead of cleats. They're going to need just a little bit longer cleats to kind of dig into this into this turf.
Shotgun formation on his 3rd down and 10 for Edward Waters at the 29. He'll take the snap. Stretch play. Flakes the handoff. Throws near side. Pass. It's complete. That's Jones. Jones to the inside the 30. Goes down at around the 27-yard line. It's a gain of a couple on the play. It'll be 4th down, I should say, and about 7. And decision time here for head coach Toriano Morgan and this Edward Waters offense.
You know, 4th and 7, you're only down by 3. It's a lot of time, a lot of game left to play here. And I'm not sure of the kicking game, but you got to go for it. Right here on the 25, let's go for it. See what you got.
Shotgun formation, 4th and 7 at the 27. Russell stops, looks at the offensive coordinator, Brian Jenkins, over on the far side. 4 receiver set, twins to either side of the formation. 1 backside, car right is Hugie. Hugie barks out, or is that Russell barking out the signals, I should say. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, back to pass. Looking, he's going to take the shot down the seam. Got him in, caught, touchdown, Edward Waters! Arshia McCorker makes the reception. It's a touchdown for the Tigers, and the Tigers retake the lead.
Beautiful pass, just everything. The way Russell held out on that play, waited, had faith in his offensive line, had faith that his offensive line was going to hold the blocking, wait for his receiver to curl and run that deep route, run that drag all the way across the back of the end zone. Beautiful pass, beautiful touchdown.
Arshia McCorker, the transfer from Shaw University, makes the reception. There is a discussion at the 10-yard line. So we'll see what's going on here. The touchdown appears it's going to stand, but we'll see what's going on here.
And you know, another thing about that touchdown, Corker ran, his initial route was what we call a flag route. He ran to the outside pylon. Once he realized that it wasn't there, instead of just stopping and standing, he decided to drag.
Offense, number 6 and number 18. This penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kick. These are both players' first unsportsmanlike of the game.
Got to be smarter than that. Now, the touchdown does stand.
Now, here's the thing in college football. They're going to let you celebrate a little bit. You get to celebrate a little bit, but you can't go too far. And that was just a penalty. They just did a little bit too much.
Snap, spot, kick up on the way. Irving Friedman's extra point is good. 9:35 left to go here until halftime. The Tigers retake the lead, 14-10 over the Lions of Florida Memorial here in the 3rd annual Big Cat Classic. Back after this as you are listening and watching Tiger football right here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside HBCU.
Touchdown for Arshia McCorker gives the Tigers a 14-10 lead with 9:35 left to go here until halftime. The celebration penalty being marked off against Edward Waters now. So Irving Friedman will be kicking from his own 20-yard line.
Now this is dangerous territory right here. When you mark back that far, I'm pretty sure Florida Memorial, they're going to set up the best return that they can possibly set up. Dangerous territory right here. You need a lot out of your special teams. And I always talk to the youngsters, Josh. I always say what the youngsters should watch. If you're a freshman and you want to figure out how to get playing time in a college game, special teams, kickoff team, that's how you do it right here. Let's see which one of these Tigers is going to get down the field and make the tackle. Try to earn some playing time.
Friedman approaches. Here's the kick. High and short. It will be taken at the Florida Memorial 25-yard line. Ball will take it. Coming over here to the near side, out to the 40-yard line. 45, breaking a tackle. Flag is thrown, but it's going to get out to around the 44-yard line. But we'll see what the infraction is going to be here. Thrown by the referee.
Yeah, here's the thing. On the kickoff, man, with all those bodies flying around, who knows what the flag is out here. All these bodies flying around on the kickoff team. Let's see what Mr. Ref does.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 10. This foul being enforced from the spot, 10 yards, first down.
So the holding penalty will be taken from the 38-yard line. They'll move it back 10 yards to the 28, and that's where the Lions will take over 1st and 10. 9:22 left to go here in this second quarter. Edward Waters leading 14-10. A 26-yard touchdown reception for Arsiah McCorker gives the Tigers the lead once again.
Sometimes you got to get that home cooking. That works out even better for Edward Waters.
1st and 10 from the 28. Williams will work from the gun. 4 receiver set. 3 to the near side left. Single receiver isolated far side to the right. 1 backside. Car to the right of Williams is Keno Morissette. Tigers rushing full. Take the snap. Delayed draw. Handoff to Morissette. Morissette will move the pile out to the 30-yard line for a gain of maybe 2 yards there on 2nd down.
You know, just a simple run. Try to get something up in the inside. Great job by that defensive front. One thing I like about Edward Waters' defensive front, they got some big boys up there. They're not missing out in on any of the meal tables. None of the meal tables.
Yeah, taking advantage of the Magic Sodexo cafeteria here at Edward Waters. 2nd down and 8 at the 30-yard line. Taking the snap is Williams. Looking, throwing, far side. Looks for a man. It is incomplete. Again, fantastic coverage on the far side. There is a flag in the backfield, however. We'll see what this one's going to be. Could this be a roughing the passer penalty against Edward Waters?
Yeah, I think that's in that area, roughing the passer right there. You throw it back that deep and no offensive lineman around the area. Oh. Holding.
So holding the call against Florida Memorial. That's going to go against Big Caleb Thompson, the junior out of Ocala. It's going to cost the Lions 10 yards. Going to back the football half the distance to the goal, I should say. Backs the football up to the 20.
Some big guys out here. I don't know if, what Trey Song said. The neighbors know the name. I don't know if the neighbor, but the cafeteria lady definitely knows the
shotgun snap. Back to passes Williams. Looking, throwing near side over the head of Morissette. Falling incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 18 now for the Lions from their own 20-yard line.
I tell you, that's one of those ones, Williams, when he watches the film session tomorrow afternoon, he's going to wish he had that one back. If you're a quarterback, you can't get that you can't get those happy feet. Can't get the dancing around in that pocket, worried about somebody hitting you. Offensive line gave you plenty of time. You got to make a better pass.
3rd and 18 from the Florida Memorial 20. Shotgun formation. 4 receivers set will take the snap. Williams back to pass. Looking left. Now he's going to look right, throwing far side. Got a man open, complete, but a big hit out around the 26-yard line. The Tiger defense coming in and doing work is on the tackle is Cam Thomas. There is a flag in the backfield, however. We'll see what this one's going to be. Looks like this is going to go against Edward Waters for another, Florida Memorial, I should say, for another hold.
Offense, number 51. This penalty is declined. 4th down.
So holding the call against Florida Memorial to decline, but how about the play of this Edward Waters defense on that drive there slot?
I tell you, huge hit by Cam Thomas right there. That's something as a DB. You want to drop back. Your first 3 steps, you want to get in that back pedal. When you realize it's a curl, break on the ball. Not necessarily break to get the interception, but break to come up, make a full face-up tackle, break down, and break your man down. Perfect.
Thomas, the senior out of Bradford, Florida, Northeast Florida native. He's a former Bradford Tornado as the punting unit comes on here for Florida Memorial. Here is the snap. Here is the punt. Got it away, an ugly thing. It's a backspinning thing. It'll bounce at the 45-yard line. It'll take an Edward Waters roll the other way. It'll be down at the 47-yard line of the Tigers. The Tigers will have a short field and a great field position here with 8:13 left to go here in this second quarter of play. Tigers leading 14-10.
Great job by the Tiger defense. Last week, Florida Memorial didn't punt at all last week. And now you have this Edward Waters defense. They're out here forcing punts, forcing 3 and outs, forcing the punt. That's what you want out your defense. If you're a great defense, you don't want to be on the field. You only want 3 plays at a time if you're a great defense.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 47-yard line of EWU as we change possessions here. Shotgun formation, split backside, the side of Russell. 3 receivers set, 2 to the far side, left single receiver near side to the right. Stairs at a 4-man defensive front here for Florida Memorial. Russell barks off the signals, claps his hands, will take the snap. Delayed draw, fakes the draw, I should say. Looks going to throw far side, got a man wide open at the 25-yard line and going out of bounds. Johnny Jones with the reception inside the Lion 25. It'll move the chains for another Tiger first down.
Good job by the sophomore. Way to plant your feet. Know where the sideline is. Concentrate on the ball coming in. When the ball comes in, plant your feet, catch the ball. Beautiful job.
The Muck Boy from Pahokee, Johnny Jones, makes the reception at the 25 of Florida Memorial. Shotgun formation. 4 receiver set, 1 backside, car right, takes the snap. Handoff, Yuji left side, swallowed up. Philman Roundtree makes first contact there. Loss of a couple on that play.
Tough run right there. Roundtree does a great job. Guy's an undersized guy playing defense, playing nose tackle. Now I like to look at this. They got him listed. They got him listed at 6'1". I don't think he's been 6'1" in his mother's high heel shoes. I don't think he's 6'1".
Give those comments to Sylvester Williams, not Joshua Jackson. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12. Ball backed up to the 27-yard line. 7-12 and counting left to go here until halftime. Tigers leading 14-10. Russell balks at the signals, will take the snap. Handoff, Hugie dancing at the line, sticks his head forward, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 25-yard line, a gain of 2 there for the senior from Palm Coast.
And here he is one more time. Is Roundtree in there on the tackle? See, here's the thing. He's not a big guy. He's not your big 300-pound, 6'2" guy you want at the nose tackle. But what he does, he plays great technique, and he's really, really strong. That's why he can play that nose tackle. He doesn't let that center or the guard push him back on that double team. He commands a double team and doesn't let him push him back. That's what you want out of a nose tackle.
3rd and 10 at the Florida Memorial 25-yard line. Shotgun formation for Russell. 3 receiver set will take the snap. Back to pass. Looking, throwing left over the middle. Pass is intercepted at the 15. Flag is going to get thrown, however. Coming near side to the 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. 15, and Devin Thompson makes the tackle there on the interception. However, there is a flag at the 14-yard line. We'll see what this flag is going to be. And actually 2 flags on the return. So we've really got to decipher this one.
It looks like they had a flag in that pass interference range back there around the 15-yard line, and then up around the 35. That's probably the holding or hitting the back.
Marcel Blocker with the interception. But a lengthy discussion here. Looks like that penalties might go against Florida Memorial.
Now, I know one thing. I'm not sure.
The Lions. Flag on the play.
I'm not sure what Devin Thompson does in the spring, but someone needs to sign him up for a track team.
Yeah, Coach Marquita Mines here at Edward Waters. You might have a guy that can run the 100 meters for you. How about that effort there, getting down and making the tackle on that interception?
I'm telling you, Mr. Thompson ran his man down. You know, I'm an old country boy. I would say he hulked his man down.
Yes, indeed. Still a lengthy discussion here from this SIAC officiating crew trying to figure out these penalties.
Well, you know one thing, the officials know that it's a televised game. It's on the Black College Sports Network, so they want camera time too.
Hey.
They got a mom home watching. Somebody say, "Hey,
that's
mom,
my baby who made that penalty call."
Yeah, that's my baby. There you go. Officials know it's a televised game.
Here is the call.
Prior to the interception, pass interference, defense. This penalty be enforced at the spot. During the return, personal foul, blindside block. This penalty be declined.
With the Venture X
So both penalties against Florida Memorial.
The noise canceling. You're being too loud.
As Edward Waters.
Plus, earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel. What's in your wallet?
I'll tell you, it's interesting now. We're on the press box is actually on the Florida Memorial side.
Yeah.
So referee was not well liked on that call. It wasn't well received over on this sideline.
Touchdown, Ohio State.
So here we go. It'll be 1st and goal for Edward Waters after the penalty enforcement. It'll move the football.
Goes for 3 tough ones. His 2nd touchdown of the day.
Inside of the 15.
A lot of good stuff in that drive.
At around the 14-yard line. Shotgun formation for Russell. 1 backside car to his left. 3 receiver set. 2 receivers to the far near side right, single far side to the left. Puts Jones in motion. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff, throws far side pass complete to Jones. Jones inside the 10. He'll be horse-collared inside the 10 at around the 9-yard line.
You know, I like the action. I like the action that Edward Waters is running. The offensive coordinator is calling a lot of misdirection plays. You know, he's sending a lot of flow one way and then throwing it back the other way, or even running it back the other way.
Second down in about 4. Takes the snap. Handoff. That is Mango. Greg Mango on the carry. Mango goes further inside the 10. Will be tackled at around the 9-yard line. However, we do have a stop and play. I did not see a penalty, so we'll see what this penalty is going to be. Looks like this one's going to go against Florida Memorial.
Legal substitution. Defense. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
So a legal substitution to call against Florida Memorial.
Correction. Second down.
Maybe a half the distance of the goal penalty. Gonna move the football to around, I believe, the 7-yard line or so.
Now, this is something I want to see Hughie in the game for right now. Doesn't look like he's in the game. Is that him? He's in there. This is something I want to see. I want to see Hughie lined up. They go in that pistol formation. Go ahead, line them up. Send somebody in front of them.
So yeah, they'll have both Hughie and Greg Mango in the backfield. So have 3 backs in the backfield, I should say. A heavy package here for the Tigers. One receiver isolated near side to the right is Johnny Jones. Takes the snap. Hand off, that is Mango. Mango bowls his way inside the 5. He'll be stonewalled at around the 4-yard line.
See, this is just me being the old cantankerous
number 2,
guy.
Greg Mango.
This is me being the old cantankerous guy, man. I want to see a fullback in the game. I want to see, we're down on the goal line, man. Send me the
Mango's actually listed as your fullback on that play, so or on the depth chart. So Mango is listed as the fullback for Edward Waters. It could be a situation where you can maybe bring in one of your tight ends, and they'll bring in a heavier running back in the backfield here on the second down and goal from around inside the 5 and around the 4.
Correction, I want to see a fullback blocking.
Absolutely.
Here we go. That's a heavy lineup.
Pistol formation, 3 backs in the backfield. Jones isolated near side to the right. Will take a timeout here as looks like Edward Waters is going to take a timeout. The Tigers will take a timeout. We'll go ahead and do the same. 5:09 left to go here until halftime. Edward Waters leading 14-10. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com.
This is Brian Fulford. A.B. Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives
from atomic to lemon pepper.
Weird, I didn't catch that. My apologies, man.
And in doing so,
here we go. Second down and goal from around the 4.
Wait, 1 second. Here it comes. Here it comes. Right, I just had to play that extra commercial real quick. Here it is.
Russell pitches to McCorkle. McCorkle left side into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown for the Tigers, but this one may come back as they pitched it over to our Sire McCorkle. But head coach Toriano Morgan is going to talk to the officials. He's not happy with something there.
Yeah, that's in that area. It might have been a clip or a crackback block, a legal crack block. I'm not quite sure. I couldn't see it over on that far sideline. But that's in that area where it's usually a clipping call.
So a lengthy discussion at around the 5-yard line. While they do that, Florida Memorial does a few mass substitutions. We'll get the call here.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist. Offense. 15-yard penalties from the previous spot. Replay it down.
Yikes. So that moves it back to the 18-yard line. It'll be second and goal from there. So that wipes off the touchdown to Arsiah McCorker.
And, you know, we talked earlier, keys to the game, silly mistakes, simple penalties, stuff like that, stuff you can change. That's a legal block below the waist. If you're a wide receiver, you know you're not supposed to go out there. Be a man. Block him in his chest. You know, you're in the weight room in the offseason for a reason. Show me.
Second and goal for the Tigers at the 18. Coach Toriano Morgan still giving that official on the far side every piece of the business. Here we go, shotgun formation. They go 4 wide this time. Takes the snap, looking left, throwing over the middle, passes incomplete. Off the hands of McCorker.
Josh, it hit him in the worst place possible, Josh.
Yep, right in his hands.
Hit him in his hands. Hit him in his hands. Hey, here's the thing. If you're going to come across the middle, you got to bring your big boy pants with you. If you're going to come across the middle, come across the middle. Go ahead. Stick your hands out there and catch the ball. If it hits you in your hands, you got to catch it, man. Hey, he had a chance for a touchdown. You get a touchdown, all the pretty girls like you if you get a touchdown. Come on, man.
Absolutely. Actually, correction, that pass was intended to Yanez Rogers. Rogers, the senior transfer from FAU. Nearly bringing that one in. You got to think, in the old adage is, if it hits you in your hands as a receiver, you got to catch the football.
Got to catch it every time it touches your hand.
Third and goal from the 18. Russell takes the snap. Back to pass. Steps out of the pocket. Rolls over to the right side now. Looks. He's going to throw. Got a man open. Off the hands of Hugie. And incomplete. Had Hugie open in the flat at around the 10 and could not squeeze it in. Once again, Sly hit him in the worst place possible.
Hit him in his hands. Hit him in his hands. Oh, you got to catch that one. Here's an example of a young man wanting to do something before he catches the ball. Rule number 1, step number 1, catch the ball, then you can make a move afterwards. But you have to catch the ball first.
That'll bring on Irving Friedman for a long field goal attempt. Friedman, the graduate transfer from the University of Oklahoma, a Tulsa, Oklahoma native. This will actually be a 37-yard field goal attempt from right between the hashes. Out of the hold of backup quarterback Keith Moore. To extend the Tiger lead to 7. Snap, spot, kick. It's up on the way, has a distance, but pushing over to the left. It's no good.
Wide left.
As a Florida State fan, I've heard that so many times. Wide left and wide right. Yikes.
Man.
4:43 left to go here until halftime. Florida Memorial and Edward Waters locked up in this contest with the Tigers leading 14-10. With the Lions getting set to come back onto the field.
Mm-hmm. But if you're the Edward Water offense, you realize, hey, we can move the ball downfield. We don't have any problem moving the ball downfield. But when we got it inside the 5-yard line, we got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. I know it's open carry here in Florida, but, hey, don't shoot your own self. Don't shoot your own self.
I'm not touching that one with a 75-foot pole.
Oh, man, I stay on the edge. I stay on the edge.
I'm not touching that one at all. So after the missed field goal, it'll be 1st and 10 for Florida Memorial at their own 19, actually their own 20-yard line. And in at quarterback appears to be Saquon Smith. Smith, the former quarterback for Edward Waters. He is a Miami native. He transferred down to Florida Memorial at the conclusion of last season. Actually, Smith was the man who engineered the touchdown run for the Tigers in the very first contest here at Glover Stadium in that 24-20 victory over these Lions back in 2021. So Smith will work from the gun. 4 receiver set, 1 backside card to the right. He'll put a receiver in motion. That's Lee. He'll take the snap. Hand off to the back. That's Young. Young turns the corner on the right side. Breaks 1 tackle. Gets forward for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards on that play. He'll get out to around the 24-yard line.
It's interesting seeing Smith in the game right now. You know, Smith did not play any snaps last game against Bluefield. So this is our first time seeing Smith in.
So Smith will work from the gun. 1 backside car to his left is Young. 4 receiver set, 3 to the near side, left single far side to the right. Now Smith goes to change the protection at the line. Shotgun formation staring at a 4-man front for Edward Waters. Takes the snap. Handoff. That is Young over the right side now with the head of steam. 1st down and more. Across the 30 out to around the 33-yard line.
And see, right now, I think what Florida Memorial wants to do, they want to lean on this big offensive line they have. They got a bunch of Big old hosses up front. As my granddaddy would say. Some big hosses. On lean on those big hosses.
They go quick huddle. Hands off. That is Young. Young breaks a tackle, getting forward to around the 39-yard line. You got to give credit to Young for his strength. He was stacked up at the line of scrimmage, broke away, and got forward for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards on the other play.
Yeah, Young is more the thunder. The thunder in that lightning thunder combination. Wilbon's more of the lightning.
Handoff, Young's hit and brought down in the backfield. Great job by Jonathan Nesbitt, the sophomore. He's a South Florida guy from Dania Beach, Florida, the transfer from St. Thomas University. Backs the football up to the 39-yard line to make it 3rd down at about 5.
Yeah, I love what he did coming up from that safety position, coming up from that DB position to make that tackle in the backfield. You want a sure tackler as your DB to help you out on these runs.
3rd and 5 at the 39. Shotgun formation for Smith. He's back to pass. Throwing over the middle. Pass is complete. 1st down for Florida Memorial at the 45-yard line. As on the reception for the Lions was Frank Bentley. With a gain of about 6 or 7 on the play to move the chains for a 1st down.
What Bentley did, put his body behind that ball and make sure he brought it in.
Lions showing tempo, takes a snap, handout, that's Walter Wilbon. Wilbon is hit and corralled. He's going to be brought back by the Edward Waters linebacker core. The flag is thrown way back in the Edward Waters defensive backfield, however.
They're looking for a holding somewhere. Now, is it going to be a defensive holding back in the backfield, or did a wide receiver come up and hold? Let's see. Saw that back judge indicate holding.
We are having some technical difficulties with our statistical system, so we'll have to put those in after the contest is over, but right now these penalties are really killing both
foul,
teams.
face mask, defense number 44. 15 yards out of 10 in a run, automatic 1st down.
That is another big face mask penalty against James Gary.
See, these are the penalties where you can test out, where my coach says we're going to let you test out the stadium steps. After the game, you're going to test out these stadium steps, run a couple of stadiums on these personal fouls, these personal penalties that can be avoided.
So after the penalty, it's 1st and 10 from the Edward Waters 38. Hands off, that's Wilbon over on the right side. Tigers close that door quickly. He's getting in there to make the tackle for the Tigers again with Sky Lewis.
Yeah, the way that linebacking core kind of shifts and flows and moves to the ball. I love how they move to the ball. They're moving to the ball, stopping the run, and now your DB can come up and make a tackle.
2nd and 9 from around the 37. I'll take the snap. Smith back to pass, looking right, he's going to tuck, he's going to run. Smith goes forward. Smith's going to have the 1st down, get close to the 1st down as he goes down at around the 29-yard line. Actually, going to give him the 1st down at the 28.
I like how Smith, he's a man who knows his limitations. He knows he didn't have any passes. So let me go and tuck this thing and run and pick up the 1st down.
And knows these surroundings very well. The Edward Waters transfer. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10 at the 4-yard line. At the 28-yard line. 4 receiver set, 1 backside guard to the left is Young. Tigers adjusting defensively in the defensive backfield. Takes the snap, option play, pitch over here to Young. Coming over here to the near side. Tigers string that one out and push him out of bounds. We'll see where he went out of bounds at.
Nice little simple option pitch on the outside, going to the short side of the field. I'm not a huge fan of running that speed option to the short side of the field. I love to see it ran to the wide side, but hey, picked up a few yards.
So a stop and play. We've got a timeout on the field. Looks like Edward Waters is going to call a timeout. So I should go ahead and send it to a timeout. 1:32 left to go here until halftime. Edward Waters 14, Florida Memorial 10. Back with more after this here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
T. Madden & Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden & Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden and Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
On 1010 XL.
14-10 our score. Edward Waters with the lead. 1:25 left to go here until 1:32, I should say. Left to go here until halftime. As the Lions have it now second down and about 7 after the Edward Waters timeout at the Tiger 26-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield surrounding quarterback Saquon Smith. His first action of the contest here, the transfer from right here at Edward Waters. He's a Miami native. Technically a Plantation native, playing over at Plantation High. I can never understand all those, South Florida's a weird bag. Love South Florida. No disrespect, South Florida. It's just it's a weird bag for me.
A lot of little cities.
It is. Takes the snap. Looking. He's going to throw. Far side for him, and it is caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, Florida Memorial. It's on the reception for the Lions was Frank Bentley. And celebrating all in front of the Edward Waters bench is Saquon Smith. The former Tiger making that touchdown pass. And the Lions retake the lead.
He's still talking over there. Hey, man, you might want to be a little careful. I know you played here a couple of years ago.
Man, same thing that makes you laugh, makes you cry. So,
you might want to take it down a notch.
Big Surge Champagne on for this extra point attempt here for Florida Memorial. Snap back, set down. Kick is nearly blocked. Got it up over the goalpost. It is good. 1:18 left to go here until halftime. Florida Memorial takes a 17-14 lead here in the Big Cat Classic. How about that drive there from Saquon Smith? Again, a guy who knows these surroundings here. Took advantage, got into the end zone on the touchdown pass.
A lot of times you don't want to make a game personal, but I'm pretty sure Smith, this is real personal with Smith, this game right here. Just judging by that pass he threw for the touchdown. And it was a beautiful, well-thrown pass. He threw the fade route to his big receiver on the outside, and he put it in a perfect place. But after he threw that touchdown, I think he let everybody on the Edward Waters sideline know.
He indeed did that.
He let them all know.
Stick around for the Wingstop halftime report, brought to you by our friends over at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. We'll won't have stats, but we'll have facts here in that first half. We'll talk about that first half, for the first half of this afternoon's contest, and we'll have the box drill blitz from Donald Ware, all that to come at halftime of this contest. A packed house here at Glover Community Field and Stadium. Can't ask for anything better between these two rivals on opposite ends of I-95.
Man, packed house, man. This is one of these games I like to say this is a make a new friend type of game. It's not a lot of elbow room up there in that crowd. You're sitting shoulder to shoulder on both sidelines, man. I love a game like this.
Here's the kick. High, deep, end over end. It'll be taken from around the 15. That's Johnny Jones. Gets ahead of steam, goes forward, gets to the 40-yard line. Nearly was able to break a tackle. Flag's going to get thrown. That could be a spearing situation against Florida Memorial. As Jones was hit right in his back. So we'll see what that call is going to be.
And I think that's a horrible call. I understand the reasoning. I understand the reasoning for the rule, but he did not. I don't think he hit him with the point of his helmet. He hit him with his shoulder. Now, our producer Roy says he hit him with his helmet. Roy says he hit him with his helmet. I thought he hit him with his shoulder.
Well, we'll get the verdict here. Here's the call.
There's no foul for targeting the return.
There's no foul because he hit him with his shoulder. I thought he hit him with his shoulder.
Come on, Sly. This is the Edward Waters broadcast. Yes, he did hit him.
He hit him with his head.
Edward Waters broadcast.
Off with his head.
We are definitely partial here on this particular broadcast. I can assure you of that. I am definitely partial on this one.
I take back everything I said. Eject him. Get rid of him.
Get rid of him.
Suspend him for the year.
Right, but they return from Jones and gets it out to around the 44-yard line. That's where the Tigers will go 1st and 10. 1:10 left to go here until halftime. Tigers trailing now 17-14. Back and forth contest here in this Big Cat Classic. Shotgun formation for Russell. They go full wide. Will take the snap. Back to pass. Looking. Sets with the screen. Pass is complete and dropped. Hughie had it and dropped the football. Had it right in his hands. And the pass is incomplete.
And this is just the opportunity of a young man looking downfield. before he secured the ball. He's thinking about what moves he's going to take next, but the first thing you got to do is catch the ball.
Gotta catch the ball. 1:05 to go here now. Clock will stop. Tigers trailing 17-14. Lions get the ball to start the second half of play. Shotgun formation, 4 wide, 3 right, single far side to the left, 1 backside, Carl left. He'll take the snap, back to pass, stepping up, throwing over the middle, pass is complete. First down and more in Lion territory. Slung down at the 39-yard line as Yanez Rogers makes the reception and will move the chains for a first down.
Great catch by
41, I should say.
Great catch by Rogers, catching it with his hands, not letting it get to his body. Catch it with his hands so he can catch it on the run.
Spotted at the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. Shotgun formation, 4 wide, takes the snap. Russell back to pass, throwing far side, pass is complete. That's Hoff with the reception. Hoff, as they say, is going to be tackled inbounds. Looked like he was tackled out of bounds. I don't know about that one. But the clock will run. 40 seconds, 39, 38 seconds left to go here. 37, 36 seconds. Clock winds.
And here it is. Coach has to get the play in quicker than that.
Tigers just have 1 timeout left. Under 30 seconds now. For second down and about 7 from the 37. Takes the snap. Looking. Throws, pass complete. That's Hugie. Hugie's going to have the first down or get out of bounds to stop the clock at the 28-yard line. We'll see what this flag's going to be.
Gotta hold him. I was like, he threw down the hat. Couldn't even get his flag in time. But here's the thing. If you're, let's see. If you're Edward Waters right now, your coach, you have to call 2 plays. You have to call 2 plays. You have to call 18 seconds. You want to call something close.
Offense, number 50. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay it down.
It's these huge penalties, Sly, that are killing Edward Waters. We've seen a couple of personal foul penalties. We saw a personal foul that wiped off a touchdown, that forced a missed field goal for Edward Waters on the previous drive. Now you see a first down on that play, wiped away by another just silly penalty from EWU.
47-yard line. And here's the thing. Right now, if you're Edward Waters, I don't mind. I'm not against working the middle of the field. You still have 1 timeout. You got 1 timeout, and you can spike the ball as much as you want if you get the first down. Work the middle of the field. It's a timeout on the play. It's a couple of things you can do right here. A lot of times, a lot of teams will go with the old-fashioned hook and ladder to try to catch them off guard. But I'm a huge proponent of working the middle of the field right now. Line your wide receivers up, trip to one side. Let one receiver run a 10-yard in. Let the other receiver kind of run a wheel route to the outside and go deep. And let your other receiver run a 5-yard drag across the middle. I love to see you work the inside of the field since you have that 1 timeout.
Marcel Blocker, the injured Lion, coming off the field, assisted by a couple of Lions athletic trainers. Actually, it's like Kalen Williams, the Edward Waters head athletic trainer, holding Blocker's helmet. The junior out of Miami in Coconut Creek High School, favoring his ankle. We definitely extend the best wishes to that young man as he's done great here these first couple of games this season.
Mm-hmm. Young man, wish the best of him right here. He have to tighten up that tape on his ankle. It looks like he can put a little bit of pressure on it. So I think he'll be all right. They'll just have to tighten up that tape on the ankle.
So after the penalty, it'll back the football up to the Florida Memorial 47-yard line. And we get second down and about 17 or so. 18 seconds left to go here until halftime. Tigers trailing 17-14. Edward Waters does have 1 timeout at their disposal here. Shotgun formation for quarterback Jaron Russell. 1 backside, Carl Wright is Hugie. 4 receiver set. Puts a receiver in motion. That's Jones. That'll create trips to the far side left. There's the 3-man front for Florida Memorial. Take the snap. Back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. Looks, tucks, throws, power with the far side. Incomplete drop by Eric Hoff. And that'll stop the clock with 12.5 seconds left to go. It'll be 3rd down and 17 for
24.
EWU.
That's 5 drops I counted for Edward Waters. You're not making the quarterback's not going to put you on your friend list. You keep dropping some passes like that, I tell you. That's not how you win and influence friends.
3rd and 17 for the Tigers at the Florida Memorial 47. Tigers moving right and trailing 17-14. 12 seconds left to go here until halftime. Shotgun formation for Jaron Russell. Hugie his backside, Carl left. Four receiver set, three to the right, single far side to the left. He'll take the snap, back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket, turns, hands off to Hugie. On the delayed draw, coming near side, gets inside the 39. And the clock will continue to wind. And that'll be the end of the first half here in Jacksonville. End of the first half here in the third annual Big Cat Classic. Florida Memorial goes into the locker room with a 17-14 lead, as we'll go ahead and we'll take a timeout. And when we come back, we'll get you set for the Wingstop halftime report after this timeout. 17-14, Florida Memorial with the lead over Edward Waters. Back with more after this right here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
T. Madden and Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden and Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Joshua Jackson. It's halftime here in Jacksonville. Florida Memorial leading Edward Waters 17-14. Welcome into the Wingstop halftime report here on the Edward Waters Sports Network. Joshua Jackson, Sylvester Williams here with you. Again, Sly, as we talked about ad nauseum in that first half of the contest, big penalties affecting Edward Waters. The Tigers had a chance to take a double-digit lead going into a two-score lead into the locker room, but again, on that touchdown reception, a blocking call against Edward Waters forces him out of touchdown scoring range. They miss a field goal, and Florida Memorial takes advantage and goes right down to the field, gets the touchdown, and they have a 3-point lead going into the locker room.
You know, it's always mental mistakes. Early season football, it comes down to who's not going to make the simple mistakes, who's not going to make the mental mistakes. And that's usually the team that's going to come out on top. You know, hopefully you can just have enough athletes where you can out-athlete the guy in front of you. But sometimes you got to be a lot smarter. Most of the time, you got to be a lot smarter. But if you're Edward Waters, you can go and look at this thing. Hey, score 17-14. 17-14. This is a ball game. This is a ball game, and it's a close ball game. Edward Waters can go into the half and realize how many times did we shoot our own self in the foot. We should be on top if we can cut out the simple mistakes. So it's a lot of great positive vibes Edward Waters can take into this locker room.
If you watch this morning on the BCSN Game Time Show on the Black College Sports Network, Coach Toriano Morgan said to the host earlier this morning, Edward Waters can't beat Edward Waters if they're going to have any success today. In that first half, we saw several instances where Edward Waters beat Edward Waters. So now they just got to go into the locker room, calm down, settle down, recognize that, hey, we're still in this contest. Let's do the things that we do to make us successful and come back and have a better half here in the second half. So right now we are watching the Lions Pride band on the field, the Florida Memorial Marching Band on the field. What we'll do is we will go ahead and we will take a timeout. When we come back, we will have the Box Row Blitz from Donald Ware. At the break here, the Wingstop halftime report here in Jacksonville. Florida Memorial 17, Edward Waters 14. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this right here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
During the spring sale.
And when we come back, I'm just running
Yes.
that halftime blitz, Josh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then cut back to commercial, and then you're jumping back on after that, right?
Actually, you know what you can do? You can, after he's down the blitz, we got 17.
help the next guy and do everything I can to do what Coach did for me. And, if I can do that, then I tell you what, I'll be good. I'll feel good about this deal. I think the school will feel good about it.
I also asked Coach Pugh if he had any aspirations to be a head coach at the FBS level, and if he did, because
And then again, Josh, just cut the commercial after this.
Yes.
We'll come back and you're done.
Yep.
Thank
I was kind of let's go home and do this, that
and the next commercial break's actually a 2-minute one, so at least we'll be able to waste an extra minute.
If they'd come after me, one of them Dion deals, I probably would have looked at it. But, dog, I was here, and when I got here, I was late 40s, almost 50 years old. So, it wasn't very long before I was at the age that I was past prime. So it wasn't a lot left. I spent so many years coaching high school ball. I was in high school for 14, 15 years. And I coached as an assistant for another, 10, 12 years. So by the time you put those numbers together, I'm past that age.
Now let me take you to Atlanta, Georgia for the MEAC SWAC Challenge between South Carolina State and Jackson State. We're going to pick things up in the first quarter with Jackson State having its first possession, looking for the end zone.
Brown from the shotgun, Mulligan to his left shoulder. The handoff is to Mulligan. He angles to his right, breaks free. Look at this. Mulligan is gone. He is at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jackson State. Wow, Irv Mulligan with a 46-yard run for the score, the first touchdown in the T.C. Taylor era. What a run by Mulligan.
The Tigers struck first and had the 7-0 lead. We move now to the second quarter. The score still 7-0. Jackson State with another possession and driving.
Brown takes a snap from the gun, throws underneath to his tight end, Jency Riley, and he has plenty of room to run. Riley at the 5. Riley is in for the touchdown. His first of the year as Jackson State extends to a 14-0 lead.
For 35 yards, and the Tigers had the 14-0 lead. JSU would get a field goal right before the half to take a 17-0 lead. Then, in the third quarter, early, already leading 17-0, the Tigers would strike again.
Brown in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls to his left, looking, throws a man wide open. That's DJ Stevens in the end zone for the touchdown. As Jackson State continues to pour it on the Bulldogs here at the MEAC SWAC Challenge.
That's my man, Rob J, on the JSU Sports Radio Network. The route was on, and Jackson State defeated South Carolina State 33-7 in the MEAC SWAC Challenge. It was the first win for the Tigers in the T.C. Taylor era. Box to Row, the radio show, airs weekly on radio stations across the country, as well as Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, on Sirius XM College Sports, Channel 84, and Saturdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a. Pacific, on Sirius XM Channel 142, the HBCU channel. To listen to the show or for more information, log on to boxtorow.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is
All right, after a minute and a half, we will be back to you, Josh.
Get an attorney. When you or a loved one have been injured by another's negligence, an experienced attorney can make a huge difference. At Rubenstein Law, we will find all the insurance, make sure your injuries are documented, and work to get you the best result. While each case is different, a well-known insurance company's own study showed people with a lawyer, on average, got more money. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Offices in Jacksonville and throughout Florida.
Edward Waters University offers education with your goals in mind, giving you a stronger today. We are Florida's most affordable HBCU online MBA program, and it's 100% online. Plus, you can earn that degree in as little as 12 months. You'll focus on timely knowledge leading to career success and advancement, including immersion in real-world problems and leadership practice. Visit ew.edu to enroll today. Edward Waters University, emerging eminence.
Very, very clear. At Wingstop, we don't just make wings. I don't know why it's on. We make wings worth obsessing over, because every order is made fresh. Every single time. We don't start till you say go.
Check. Check one. Check two. We'd like to thank Florida Memorial for the beautiful rendition of Lion King 3. And now, a real halftime show. The sound, the fury, EWU Triple Threat Band. Take a picture.
Joshua Jackson, Sylvester Williams here with you. Sly, if you are head coach Toriano Morgan, what is your message that you're telling your Chargers in that first half of play to hopefully come out and have a better effort here in the second half?
Let's be smarter. Let's be smarter. If you look at the score is 17-14. It can very easily be right now 21-17 Edward Waters on top. But it's a lot of thinking man mistakes, a lot of simple mistakes, a lot of what I like to call little league mistakes. They're making little league mistakes. If you cut out some of the small mental errors, you have a complete
Vice President, to Baylor Wood, the junior biology scholar from Pacific Florida. The Tiger Nation President, Cecilia Rock, the senior business administration, Helen from Chicago, Illinois. The Nation President, Crystal White, the education scholar, Helen from Orlando, Florida. Please give a hand to the Edwards University of Oil Court, the Government Association.
His first, they went 0-9 last year.
Hey, man, but hey, to come back and get a victory here, I mean, right out of the gate, how about that, man?
That's a 1-2, man.
Shout out to the Eagles getting it done up there. They're up there in the Atlanta area?
Atlanta area.
Okay.
Son made the varsity squad,
That's
man.
all right. I know.
Now he is 6 foot. He's 6'1", 275 pounds.
That's what we call grown man right there.
he didn't have much choice to make the
We get set to start the second half here in Jacksonville. Again, Florida Memorial will receive to start the second half of play. Irving Friedman coming on to kick off here for the Tigers as they kick from left to right as we see it and as you hear it. Friedman getting set to approach the ball to start the second half here in Jacksonville. Approaches, here is his kick. High, end over end, tailing toward the left side, taken from around the 15. Across the 20, coming near side to the 25, to the 30-yard line. Coming near side 35, and the Tigers are there to corral him. But a nice return for Florida Memorial out to the 39-yard line. So on the return there for Florida Memorial appears to be number 30, but unfortunately we don't have a 30 on our roster here for Florida Memorial.
Hey, you know it's about that time, man. It's the third period. You know what we do on the Black College Sports Network.
Yes, sir.
We love giving shout-outs. We love seeing who's watching, who's checking us out. We want to shout you out on the broadcast. I don't care if you're watching on YouTube right now. Leave something in the comments. If you're watching at home on your television, go ahead. Tweet us. We love tweet. You can tweet me at Sly the Sports Guy. Where can they tweet you, Josh?
JC Jackson 904. So definitely tweet us, show us some love, and we'll definitely give you a shout out here on the broadcast. 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 40. Saquon Smith still in the game at quarterback. Takes a snap, hand off to the back. Coming over to the near side, it's Walter Wilbon. Wilbon is going to be hit and brought down at the Lion 46-yard line. So again, 6 yards on the plate for Florida Memorial's running back, Walter Wilbon.
And I like now Smith is back in the game at quarterback, so now I'm kind of wondering what's going on with Williams. You know, Smith did throw that beautiful pass for a touchdown, but he's back in the game. He's going to start the second half at quarterback.
It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Lions from their own 46-yard line. Smith in the gun, 4 receivers, settle take the snap. Handoff, Wilbon once again up the gut. Is going to have the first down out to midfield. Or check that, he may be a half yard short on the play. So Walter Wilbon on the carry. Give him a gain of about 3.5 on that play. Be 3rd down and a yard from the 49-yard line. The Lions were near perfect on 3rd downs in that first half of play. Shotgun formation for Saquon Smith. 4 receivers set, wides and slots on either side. 1 backside car to the right is Walter Wilbon. Tigers rushing 3 here. Takes the snap. Handoff. Wilbon, right side, 1st down. Breaks a tackle. Backs his way to the 40-yard line. Or for the 45-yard line, excuse me. So Walter Wilbon on the carry. As you said, this is a Florida Memorial team that likes to run the ball. We've seen that in his first couple plays here in the second half of play.
Yeah, they're going to run the ball, and they're going to run it straight at you. And that's one thing I like about them. They have that toughness up front. And see, now if you're Edward Waters, you just have to look that man in front of you and say, hey, I'm tougher than you. I'm better than you. You cannot push me out of this hole like I'm some chump.
Shotgun formation from the Edward Waters 45. Smith throws far side, swings it out, pass complete, flag is thrown. That's Marco Lee with the reception. He's going to be hit and brought down at the 39-yard line. Again, there is a flag in the backfield.
Definitely, that's in that holding area right there. And one thing, if he calls hold, I want to make sure he calls hold. Give
personal foul, hands to the face. Defense, number 9. 15 yards will be added to end of the run. Automatic first down.
More self-inflicted gunshot wounds for this Edward Waters ball club as they give up another 15-yard penalty.
Well, I guess that goes and changed my whole train of thought. I was about to give credit to number 9 for drawing the penalty.
Jaron Wilson guilty of the hands of the face penalty. Puts the football into further into Tiger territory at around the 24. Shotgun formation, they go full wide. One backside guard to the left. Smith takes the snap. We'll take the snap. Handoff to the back. Dancing his way across the 20. Down to around the 19-yard line.
New back in the game right there for Florida Memorial.
Number 20. Again, we don't have a 20 on the roster that was provided to us by Florida Memorial.
Here's the thing. You come to Florida Memorial, you play running back, everybody's going to get the run.
Everybody's going to eat. Everyone's going to eat. Second down and about 4 from the 19. Shotgun formation, one backside car left. 4 receiver set, twins to either side of the formation. Tigers desperately have to find a way to get off the field here. Up the middle. It's Whitmire Garcon on the stop. A gain of 4 on the play. It's a first down. If it stands, there is a flag, however.
And see, what Florida Memorial is doing right now, they're exploiting that 3-man front. It's 3 men, so it's 2 huge gaps open. Both the B gaps are 2 huge gaps that are open, and your linebackers have to fill. If you're the 2 inside backers, you have to fill those B gaps. And when I say fill,
half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Another huge penalty against Edward Waters. It's a personal foul face mask penalty against the Tigers. Goodness gracious, this Edward Waters defense is struggling right now. That's got to be at least 5 major penalties here in this contest.
And that's the thing. I can get beat, but I don't want to get beat by myself.
Smith will take the snap. Throws. And picked off in the end zone. Great job coming in there, picking it off. Cameron Thomas with his first interception of the season.
Great read by Thomas. Way to break on that ball as your DB. If you're on the goal line, it's only 2 routes that's going to be ran. It's going to be an inside slant or it's going to be a fade route. So if you're a DB, you can narrow everything down to those 2. And what he did on that, he saw the fade route, cut up underneath, got a hand on it, and it was tip drill, and he managed to bring it out, bring it down, and go the other way.
Fantastic job there by Cameron Thomas, the former Bradford Tornado, breaking on the ball, tipping it up, getting the interception. That's a touchback, and the Tigers are going to have the ball at the 20-yard line. We talked about the Tigers struggling with those couple big penalties there. How about the way of that defense now coming in there, getting the turnover? Does that give this offense some signs of life here?
Now I think this is the jump they need. Now, here, I'm old school. Anytime it's a turnover, I'm going down the field. I'm going play action down the field. Let's see if they can take that momentum from the interception. I'm going to fake the inside handoff and throw the 9 route.
We'll see what happens with quick change. A flag thrown. It's going to be a penalty against Florida Memorial. It's going to be a run for Jaron Russell. Russell goes forward. He's going to be close to a first down, but they may have too many men on the field against Florida Memorial.
He didn't get up. That big defensive lineman didn't get off the field in time. Good job by the quarterback because the ball wasn't supposed to be snapped at that particular time. Quarterback did a great job of clapping his hands, making sure the center snapped the ball. That's great field awareness you want out of your quarterback. See, that's senior, that's veteran leadership right there.
Substitution. Defense, 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
So a gain of 5 after the penalty.
Veteran leadership from your quarterback.
Without question. That's a grad transfer. The quarterback out of Grand Prairie, Texas. The transfer from Alcorn State. Great presence of mind. Drawing the 5-yard penalty. Make it 1st and 5 here for EWU. Tigers down 17-14. Trying to capitalize on the interception from Cameron Thomas as the Lions had it 1st and goal in Lion territory. But able to get in there and break that one up was Cameron Thomas to get the interception and put the ball right back into the offense's hands. Couple quick shout-outs. Shabbat El-Amin, I believe that is the one of the parents of Jalan El-Amin, one of the signees for Edward Waters, one of the big offensive linemen from Peach County, Georgia.
Peach County, good football
yes,
down there in Peach County. Shout out to the Elements.
Yes, indeed.
You see, the Newts from Miami are watching. I don't know. The owner, he's a proud Sigma man.
I didn't pledge. I'm not touching that one with the phone. I'm not touching. I'm not touching it.
Okay, they said that Newts on the Newts. He said that D9 all across the board. So we're gonna let the Noops get this shot.
Shout out to the D9. 1st and 5 for the Tigers at the 25. Russell takes the snap. Up the gut is Hughes. He's hit and smacked at the line of scrimmage.
Yes, sir. Lowering the shoulder pads out there.
That's Joshua Mims.
Big hard hit by Joshua Mims.
So Mims causes no gain on the play. Ball stays at the 25-yard line. Or it'll be 2nd down and 5 from there. You wonder, is this time now to get Hughie going?
You know, because it's still a 3-point ball game. It's a lot of time in this game. You got to let your horse eat. You got to give it to your big dog.
2nd and 5 from the 25. Russell will take the snap, fakes the handoff, throwing far side passes complete over the middle to Arsiah McCorkle. I checked that as Giannis Rogers with the reception. So Rogers will move the chains, a gain of 10 and a 1st down for Edward Waters at their own 35.
I like Rogers. Rogers is a nice big target out there to run that quick inside slant right there.
1st and 10 for Edward Waters at the Edward Waters 35-yard line. 10:58 remaining, 3rd quarter. Lions leading 17-14. Jarrett Russell works from the gun, a 4-receiver set. He'll take the snap, handoff to the back, up the gut. The Lions are there to close that one up. That was Hugie on the carry, and coming over to swallow that one up to make the tackle for Florida Memorial was Christian Mabel.
Christian Mabel. Mabel's been quiet this evening. Good job of blocking by that left tackle over there on Edward Waters' side. Mabel is the sack guy for Florida Memorial, but the left tackles did a great job of controlling him all game.
Gain of a yard on the play, 2nd down and 9 from the Tiger 36. Shotgun formation for Russell. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff. Looking, he's going to throw down the seam. It is tipped and almost picked off. Incomplete. Was looking for Johnny Jones down the seam and just threw it right over his head and nearly picking that one off for a few line defenders in the backfield.
Now, Jones heard footsteps on that one. He did what we like to call, he made a business decision.
Yes, indeed.
He brought those arms down. Anytime you go across the middle, wide receivers expect to get hit. And if you're going to get hit, you might as well go all out and try to catch the ball because somebody's going to hit you.
3rd down and 9 for the Tigers from their own 36-yard line. Shotgun formation for Russell. They go 4 wide, 3 to the far side, left single near side to the right. He'll take the snap. Russell back to pass. Looking flush in the pocket. He's going to be hit, stays on his field. They've got room. Throws over to the far side. Throws. It's caught. Caught at the 41-yard line. It's a 1st down for Edward Waters. I believe it's Giannis Rogers with the reception. He'll move the chains for a 1st down.
That's coaching right there. That is superior coaching and having a superior athlete. Russell did a great job of avoiding the sack. He got out of the sack, but what happened? Your wide receiver was running a deep route. He broke off that route once he realized his quarterback was in trouble, and he came back to the ball. That's coaching. That's practice. That's something you work on every day in practice. The scramble drill.
Ball spotted at the Lion 42. Russell takes the shotgun snap, fakes the pass, rolling over to the left. Looks, he's going to throw it into the ground, incomplete. Are they going to call that a fumble? He threw his beanbag as if it was a fumble. It had to be incomplete. Or are they trying to throw a flag possibly for intentional grounding?
No, he got outside of the pocket, so it shouldn't have been intentional grounding. Anytime you get outside of that tackle box, it's no longer intentional grounding. You know, smart heads-up play, throwing it down because he realized he didn't want to take the sack. But here's something, though. You want to make it a little bit more deliberate when you throw it down to make sure all the refs knew that it was an attempted pass that you threw down.
2nd and 10 at the Lion 42. Shotgun formation for Russell. Takes the snap. Flag at the snap. A free play for Edward Waters. Actually, they're going to blow this one dead, I should say. So they're going to blow this one dead. And we'll see what this call is going to be.
You know what?
It looked like Sly, there was a Lion in the neutral zone at the snap.
Yeah, I think he got a jump. He got a little bit of a head start. But the question is, do you mark it against the offensive tackle who was just reacting? But he definitely got a head start coming across that line.
Defense, number 8, 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
So a gain of penalty against Florida Memorial. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Tigers as the Tigers, I should say, will scrimmage from the Lion 37-yard line. 9:15 remaining here in this 3rd quarter of play. Edward Waters trailing 17-14. Shotgun formation for Russell. 4 receiver set, twins to either side. One backside card to the left is Hugie. Lions rushing forward here. Shotgun formation for Russell. Puts the receiver in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep to Isaiah McCorker. McCorker looking for some room. Dances, backs his way, close to the first down. They're going to give it to him. He did the opposite side of the 32. He'll get close to the 31. It's going to be a gain of about 5.5 and a first down for Edward Waters as we move the chains.
It's a great job by Coker of reading his blocks, not trying to get all the way to the outside. He realized that his outside blocker was kicking the man out, so he cut it up underneath. Great job of just reading your blockers.
First and 10 for Edward Waters at the 31-yard line of Florida Memorial. Clock winds with 8:42 left to go here in this third quarter. Tigers trailing 17-14. They have the ball. Pistol formation. Three receiver set, takes the snap. Stretch play, handoff. Hugie up the gut. Now will lower the shoulder, and he will get to the 30-yard line for a gain of a yard on the play.
I like this, still keeping that defense honest, because what happens, you don't want those safeties just cheating back and just hanging back in nowhere, no man land. So stick with the run. Keep those defensive backs honest. Then hit them with the play action a little bit later.
2nd and 9 now for the Tigers at the Lion 30-yard line. Pistol formation once again. They go three receiver set. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, throwing far side, pass complete. That's the tight end, Ravion Moore. Moore gets inside the 25 of the 24-yard line. Moore had the first touchdown of the contest there in that first quarter of play. He gets his second reception of the afternoon. We're making a third down and a manageable 3 here for Edward Waters.
See, I like Ravion Moore. They got him listed 6'3", 226 pounds. He's a big target. Catch the big tight end in the flat or dragging across the middle. I love to see that.
Pistol formation, three receiver set. Moore, the tight end, wing to the left. Right behind Russell is Hugie in the pistol. Florida Memorial rushing 3 here. 7:30 left to go here, third quarter. Lions leading 17-14. Tigers trying to get adjusted here. Now everyone's set. Russell takes the snap. Handoff. Hugie. First down, and Moore gets outside the numbers, inside the 20. Goes out of bounds inside the 15. Deshaun Hugie with the carry. It's a first down for Edward Waters as we move the chains.
And that's the thing about a good running back. If you just keep feeding him, eventually he's going to eat. Something's going to bust. You just keep feeding him, something's going to bust.
First and 10 for Edward Waters at the 14-yard line of Florida Memorial. 7:01 left to go here, third quarter. Lions leading 17-14. Got a couple scores from around the world of HBCU football. We'll get you one that's really particular to us here in just a few moments. Takes the snap. Throwing, far side, incomplete. Was looking for Ravion Moore on the left side flat. Falls incomplete, brings up second down. Sly, I think you just got a score from the Carolinas Classic up in Columbia, South Carolina, where Shaw's taking on Benedict.
Right now, Benedict's up 28-0. Yeah. Benedict's up 28-0 on Shaw.
Benedict picking up right where they left off last year. Undefeated regular season. SIAC champions, defending Division II. HBCU national champions. We'll see them next week here in Jacksonville. 2nd and 10 from the Florida Memorial 14-yard line for Edward Waters. 6:38 left to go here on a frozen clock here in the third quarter. Tigers trailing 17-14. We'll take the snap, back to pass. Looking, throwing, far side, man, it's caught! And did he get into the end? No, I'm going to say it's incomplete. Oh, looks like that was Isaiah McCorker, the intended receiver for Edward Waters. It falls incomplete. It'll bring up third down and 10 now for Edward Waters.
He has a serious cramp right there, I think.
It is a humid evening here in Jacksonville. And McCorker is definitely writhing in pain right around the 23-yard line. The Edward Waters training staff, led by head athletic trainer Kaylin Williams, coming onto the field to look at Isaiah McCorker.
Now, let me tell you, I never gave birth to a baby. Some people look at me and they see my stomach. They might think I'm pregnant.
Likewise.
They might think I'm pregnant. But a cramp, that leg cramp in September in the South, I don't know if there's any worse pain.
Yes, indeed.
Than that. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so we'll give some shout-outs while we got a moment. James Knox is watching this contest. We'll look at Key 1 is watching the contest. LaQuanza Glover watching this contest. Let me tell you about LaQuanza Glover, Sly. All-time leading scorer here at Edward Waters University on the women's basketball squad. A 5-year starter here at EWU. Set every record for Edward Waters, offensively, defensively. A great leader, a great basketball player. She became last season she became the first player male or female, in the history of Edward Waters University athletics. That's 157 years, Sly. She's the very first one to have her jersey retired.
Wow.
Number 3 is hanging up in the rafters over there at the Adams Jenkins at the Adams Jenkins Community Sports and Music Complex. She's actually playing professional basketball right now down in Mexico.
Okay.
So shout out to LaQuanza Glover as she's watching this contest, cheering on her Tigers. She's actually the first student athlete to receive the notion of double Tiger. She got her bachelor's degree, and of course now the past couple of years with Edward Waters elevating to university, she's now got her master's degree, her master's in business administration. So shout out to the young lady we affectionately call Q.
Shout out to Q.
She's watching down there south of the border in Mexico.
You know I'm a huge women's basketball fan.
Without question. You want to see some good basketball? We got to find a way to get you down here to Jacksonville.
Oh, I'm coming down. I'm coming down. Black College Sports Network.
Without question.
And my man, shout out to Coach Huff.
Yes, indeed. Cabral Huff in this first season, leading the Tigers of EWU on the men's basketball squad.
You guys got a winner in Coach Huff. I've known Coach Huff for a while.
Now, he's fantastic. Looking forward to working with him and seeing what the men's basketball team is going to do here in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
3rd down and 10 for the Tigers from the Lion 14. Russell takes a snap, looks throw. Actually, it's Keith Moore with throwing that pass. It's incomplete, and a flag's going to get thrown late. So Jaron Russell out. Keith Moore in the contest now for Edward Waters at quarterback. He's a Miami native out of Miami Edison High School. The junior quarterback with his first power pass of the year. We'll see what this flag's going to be, however.
Yeah, I think he got there a little early. I think he definitely got there a little early. That's where that penalty's coming from. You know, the Florida Memorial fans are looking, they're kind of perplexed. But, hey, you cannot hit the man before he catches the ball. You know, you got to get there the same time the ball gets there. If you get there early, that's a penalty all day long.
So Moore, the junior quarterback,
there is no foul.
Oh, no.
Pass interference.
Oh, no. They said there is no foul.
No foul for defensive pass interference. It's going to be a decision time once again here for head coach Toriano Morgan. You saw they missed the field goal in the second quarter of play. Do you trust Irving to come on here to try to tie the contest here, Irving Friedman? Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field here on this 4th down and 11. Or 4th down and 10, I should say, from the 14.
My thing is I want to try the points, man. Worst case scenario, he misses it, and they'll have it 1st and 10. I think they bring it out to the 20. I think that's what they do. But still, I need to take my chances to get the points.
Pistol formation. Hughie right behind Keith Moore. 4 receivers set as we have a stop and play and a timeout taken by head coach Toriano Morgan of the Tigers of Edward Waters University. We'll take a break after this timeout. Come back with more after this. 6:24 left to go, 4th quarter. Lions 17, Tigers 14. Back with more after this here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
T. Madden and Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden and Associates at 8.
University, they have the football at the Florida Memorial 14-yard line. 6:24 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Tigers trailing 17-14. Edward Waters trying to capitalize on an interception by Cameron Thomas. They've driven it all the way down to the 14. We'll see what they do here on this 4th down and 10.
Shout out to A. Bennon. He says he's scouting for Benedict next week.
Cheater. It's all 4th and 10. At the 14-yard line for Edward Waters. Shotgun formation for Keith Moore. One backside, car to his right will take the snap. Back to pass. Moore looks flush. Rolling over here to the left side now. He's going to throw. Got a man open. Slipped and incomplete. Had a man open. Tried to come back to the football. He just slipped on that one. The defense for Florida Memorial holds.
You know, just a strong defensive stand by Florida Memorial. They didn't send any pressure, so it was all coverage in the back, all coverage in the end zone. Hard finding gaps, finding spaces when you got 8 people in coverage and 3 rushing.
So Florida Memorial will take over from their own 14-yard line with 6:17 left to go here in this 3rd quarter of play. Lions leading Edward Waters by a score of 17-14. The 3rd Big Cat Classic between these two I-95 rivals, HBCU rivals. Saquon Smith back at the controls of the Florida Memorial offense. He has it 1st and 10 from his own 14, moving left and leading by 3.
Shout out to Sheena Cooley. She says shout out to Travis Trap McNichols. I don't know who team trap is on. But
he's on ours.
He's on yours.
Yes.
I was looking down the lineup.
That's the transfer from App State, number 2.
Got the right there on top, too. Oh.
Shotgun formation. They go for a wide. Smith will take the snap. Screen far side. Pass is complete, and he gets out to around, it's across the 15, out to around the 17-yard line. So on the reception for Florida Memorial was Frank Bentley. So Bentley with the reception. Gain of about 4 yards on the play. Point guard, Lisha? Second down and 6 at the 18-yard line. Shotgun formation. 4 wide. Smith with one backside car to his left. That is that mysterious number 20 that we don't have a name for, unfortunately. Smith will take the snap. Hand off to that back. Going over the right side now. Got the first down a little bit more across the 25. Out to around the 30-yard line. It's a first down for Florida Memorial.
We need to get halftime on here. The SID for Florida Memorial.
Don't worry about it. I was sending some strongly worded. Me and Hab are great friends. We go back to when he was at Dillard University. Yeah, we're going to have to see about this roster here at halftime. Love you, man. First and 10 for Florida Memorial at their own 30-yard line. Clock winds with 5:11 left to go here. Smith will take the shotgun snap. Hand off to the back. Going over the right side. He's got the first down and more. Ahead of steam out to the 45-yard line. Right now, the Florida Memorial offensive line leaning on this Tiger defensive line. The Lions getting the best of it so far. They've got it first and 10 for Florida Memorial. They're going to move the football out to the Lion 47-yard line.
You know, and this is just running straight ahead, straight in front of you. Nothing special, nothing fancy. You're just lining up and you're just following those big guys up front. And now Edward Waters, their big guys up front, has to say, hey, I'm tired of being smacked in the mouth. Let me go and smack somebody else in the mouth.
Smith will take a high snap, hands out to the back. Tigers breaks a tackle, goes forward, gets a gain of maybe 2 on the play.
And see, that's a great job of getting penetration by the Edward Waters defense. But if you're the first man to hit them in the backfield, you got to bring them down. If you're going to hit them, you might as well bring them down in the backfield.
Gain of 2 on the play, out to the 48, or gain of a yard, I should say, out to the 48-yard line. It'll be second down, we'll call it 9. Saquon Smith in the gun. One backside car to his right is Walter Wilbon. 4 receiver set, twins to either side of the formation. Puts a receiver in motion, that's Lee. He takes the snap. Back to pass to Smith. Smith's going to throw down the seam and is caught. Dragging a man, breaking a tackle, going to the 10 to the far side. A touchdown for Florida Memorial. Jamal Browder. Browder with the reception. Gets the touchdown. That's going to go for 54 yards and a Lion touchdown.
My goodness, that's just a great individual effort right here. If you wrap the guy up, if he makes the catch, you cannot go after the strip. And this is young kids watching the game right now. Everybody's teaching the technique while you go in there and you try to pull the ball out to force a fumble to get a strip. You cannot do that unless you're the second man in. The first man, his job is to bring the man down. Gave up a touchdown because you're trying to go after the strip.
Serge Champagne on for the extra point attempt here as we have a stop and play. Timeout taken by Florida Memorial. So, Sly, that's 2 instances where Edward Waters had an opportunity to take the lead. They missed the field goal in the first half of play in Florida Memorial territory. Then Florida Memorial goes down and drives for a touchdown. Now Edward Waters with an opportunity to retake the lead after the interception. They get stopped on 4th down, and what does Florida Memorial do? Drive it right back down for another touchdown.
And here's the thing, you know, anytime you have a huge momentum changing play like forcing a 4th down failure, or getting a turnover, it's all about how you capitalize off of that big 4th down, how you capitalize, how you build off that momentum. And what Florida Memorial did, they said, we're going to line up and we're going to run straight at you. And that's all they did. They just ran straight at them. And now, if you're Coach Morgan, you're talking to that defensive line, you give them a piece of your mind, you know. And you can't be giving a nice Christian Sunday school speech. You got to give them a good in the club, on the street corner Friday night speech.
Serge Champagne.
Can't give
him the AME speech.
Can't give him the AME. All the bishops in the AME, you might have to turn off the headphones for a second.
Snap, placement kick, partially blocked, but got it across. It is good. 3:40 left to go here, third quarter from Jacksonville. It's all Florida Memorial. Lions 24, Tigers 14. Back with more after this here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for touchdown reception for Florida Memorial. Extends the Lion lead to 10 at 24-14 with 3:40 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. Khalil Washington is number 20 for Florida Memorial. We'll make that correction. He was unfortunately not on the roster provided to us, but Washington, the man with the carries for Florida Memorial, wearing number 20. Lions set to kickoff here. Nathan Gibson on the kick. Right now the Tigers needed to get some sort of spark to get back in this contest. A sidewinding kick. It will bounce. It stays on to the field of play. Ravion Moore makes the reception. He is submarined by a couple of Lions. Out to around the 29-yard line. That's where Edward Waters will take over 1st and 10. So right now, we just got to see if this Edward Waters deep offense has any sort of signs of life here to find a way to get back in this contest. We'll see who they're sticking at quarterback in. We saw Keith Moore at the end of their last drive. So we'll see who comes back on at quarterback here for Edward Waters.
And you know, Jaron hasn't played a bad game at quarterback. He hadn't had a bad game, you know, and he hasn't been helped. I've counted at least 5 drop passes, so he hadn't been helped by his receivers either.
More handoff to the back. That is Hugie. Hugie gets across the 35, or gets up to the 35. A gain of 5 on the play there on 1st down. Clock runs with 3:23 left to go here in this third quarter, and Hugie on the ground now for Edward Waters. That's got to be a case of cramps.
Yep, it is September. It is September.
September in Florida.
In Florida. So you can say as much as you want to say about it not being hot out here until you're the guys out there on that field, man. And like my coach says, bananas and pickle juice.
Yep, and this Florida Memorial sideline, again, where our press box is situated, we are actually on the visitor sideline right behind the Florida Memorial bench. The Florida Memorial fans making all kinds of noise, as well as the Florida Memorial band getting behind this Lions football squad.
Hey, you know, speaking of the bands, man, you guys got to see a great halftime show.
Yes,
great
indeed.
Halftime show. Hey, who won the halftime show, man? Tweet us, man. Let us know. Let us know. They can tweet me at what? Sly, the sports guy. Where can they tweet you, Josh?
JC Jackson 904, and I will not listen to anyone that says Florida Memorial on the halftime show. I said it and I meant it. Remember, this is an Edward Waters broadcast, and Edward Waters writes me my check.
Uh-oh.
There it is. 2nd down and 5 at the 35-yard line. Keith Moore works from the gun, one backside, contours left. A 4 receiver set will take the snap. Hand off, that is Hugh. Actually, that's Greg Mango. Mango gets the forward and gets the 1st down out to around the 44-yard line.
See, I like that. Mango's running behind his pads. You know, he's lowering that shoulder, delivering the contact. If you're a running back, you don't have to get hit. You can hit somebody else.
Greg Mango out of Daytona Beach Mainland High School takes a snap. They'll hand it to Mango once again. He goes over the left side this time. He's going to be hitting Corral, trying to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play.
Mainland High School. I heard about, is that a fumble? A lot of people pointing the other way.
So a bit of a discussion. And actually, they're going to call for the trainers to come onto the field.
Oh, got a man down.
He hops up. Looks like that is Deshaun Davis, the injured Lion.
Yeah, he's holding that wrist, too. That wrist seems kind of limp coming off the sideline. I don't know if he might have landed on it wrong during the tackle.
A senior out of Cleveland, Ohio. Loss of a yard on the previous play. Ball backed up to the 43-yard line. 2:25 and counting left to go here, third quarter. Takes the shotgun snaps. That's Moore. Makes the reception over the middle. Coming near side is Yanez Rogers. Rogers spins his way, lost the football late. No, they're going to say he was down. So Yanez Rogers made the reception, went down, lost the football. It was recovered by Florida Memorial, but the officials say that Rogers was down. He does advance the football to the 40-yard line of Florida Memorial. It's a first down for the Tigers.
You know,
another injured Lion on the field.
That's an easy call to make. It's a real easy call to make. He caught the ball, he ran across the field, and his knee was down, and then the ball popped out. I don't understand what's the big ado about it, but it's an easy call to make. He was clearly down.
The Lions sideline admonishing the officials, thinking it was a fumble. But a Lion does pop up, and that is Amari Taylor. So Taylor hops off the field under his own power. Tigers have it 1st and 10 as the rain begins to drop here in Jacksonville. That came out of nowhere.
I'm telling you, wow.
And that sends both squads, or both sidelines, I should say, both stands, I should say, toward shelter. Takes the snap. Keeper, that is Keith Moore, and slipped and fell.
Yeah.
Loss of a yard on the play.
And that's that wet turf right there.
That's exactly what that is.
You know, this is the interesting thing. We had a sellout crowd. The rain came.
And now both squads are headed towards the highest ground, as Stevie Wonder once said.
We found out who the real dedicated fans are right now. Who's going to brave the rain?
2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line. Shotgun formation. Minute and a half left to go here in this third quarter. Tigers trailing by 10. Needing to get this offense back in gear. Moore takes a high snap. Hands off to the back. That's Mango. Mango backs his way inside the 435 out to the 34-yard line.
And now this is what you want to maintain. If you're a running back, make sure when you're running through that hole, both hands on the ball. Make sure you have that thing secure and firm in that bread basket when you're carrying.
3rd and 4 to 34. Takes the snap. Handoff. Mango trying to bowl his way across the 30. Looks like he got there and got just enough for a first down. So Mango with a gain of 4 and a first down as the rain begins to intensify here in Jacksonville. Under a minute left to go here in the fourth. Tigers down by 10 at 24-14.
Oh, I'm sorry, beautiful. Look like she just got her hair done. Oh, she might have wasted some money on this one.
Moore works in the gun. One backside car right. That's Mango. 4 receiver set. Takes the snap. Handoff. Mango up the gut. Almost able to slip that tackle, but got forward to the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. A gain of 6 on the play, I should say, for the Daytona Beach Mainland Buccaneer.
Mango runs hard. I like how he runs. He's lowering his shoulder, running behind his pads. He's a young sophomore.
And that's going to be the final play of this third quarter of play. 3 quarters down, 1 to go. Tigers down by 10. As we go to the fourth quarter here in Jacksonville, Florida Memorial 24, Edward Waters 14. We'll take a break, come back with fourth quarter action after this right here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Here in Jacksonville, FLA, Tigers trailing Florida Memorial 24-14 in this third annual Big Cat Football Classic here in Jacksonville. Joshua Jackson, Sylvester Williams here with you here on the EWU Sports Network. Again, if you're watching on the Black College Sports Network, Roy Evans, our producer and director here. on this broadcast, who's done a fantastic job. The broadcast looks fantastic. Roy, you've done some great work since the last time we had you guys here, but good to have you back here as our video providers here for Edward Waters University Athletics. Also, if you're listening on 1010XL 92.5 FM here in Jacksonville, we sound so good because of one man. That's Rob Monchio on the controls there at the studios at Hogan Road on the south side of Jacksonville. 2nd down and 5 for the Tigers of Edward Waters at the 25-yard line of Florida Memorial. 15 minutes to go here, Sly. Tigers offense has got to get it going here and got to get it going here now.
And this is the time. Right here, you got to push it on in the end zone. They need this score on this drive.
Takes a high snap. Bit of a miscommunication. Now Moore rolls over to the right side. Now has got some room. Gets out to the 20-yard line. May be close to a first down. A broken play there. Looks like the running back and quarterback are not on the same page, but Moore able to get around, get a gain of 4 on the play to make it 3rd down and a yard.
That's something, taking nothing and making something out of nothing. Great job of just knowing where that first down marker was and trying to get as close to it as you possibly can.
This rain really intensifying here. 3rd and a yard from the 21. Needed the opposite side of the 20 for the first down. Pistol formation this time here. Takes the snap. Handoff. That's Mango. Gets the first down and gets down to around the 16-yard line. Greg Mango will move the chain for Edward Waters' first down.
You know, the way Mango's been running, you know, we hadn't said Hughie's name in a while because this has been the Mango show this 3rd period and starting of the 4th period right here. Mango runs hard.
1st and 10 for Edward Waters at the Florida Memorial 16-yard line. Pistol formation once again. Takes the snap. Screen, far side. Pass is complete. That's Johnny Jones. Flag is going to get thrown as Jones goes out of bounds inside the 15 of the 14-yard line, but we'll see what this infraction is going to be.
You know, I can't see the number. The rain's coming down, so it's hard to see that number on the far sideline. But I tell people sometimes you want to make the play, not necessarily make the tackle, but make the play. And what happened, that cornerback from Florida Memorial, he made the play.
There is no foul for your offensive pass interference.
He made the play on that play. He took two offensive players and demanded a double team and pushed both of them back into the receiver. He didn't make the tackle, but he made the play to free some people up to make the tackle.
2nd down and 8 for the Tigers at the Lions 14-yard line. 13:46 and counting, 4th quarter. Tigers down by 10. Keith Moore at the controls of this Edward Waters offense at quarterback. Gregory Mango right behind him in a pistol formation. 4 receivers set will take the snap. Handoff, Mango up the gut. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Edward Waters.
Beautiful.
Right up the gut, Greg Mango from 14 yards out. The Tigers are not dead yet. An opportunity to make this another 3-point ball game.
Beautiful play. The Lions sent all of their pressure on the outside, and the coach called a perfect call straight up the middle. Just great play calling, great timing, and way to run the ball straight up the middle for the touchdown for Mango.
Irving Friedman on for the extra point here for the Tigers. That was the Greg Mango drive right there. A lot of work on the ground. Snap spot kick up on the way. Friedman's extra point is good. 13:26 left to go here, 4th quarter. Florida Memorial 24, Edward Waters 21. Let's take time out. Back with more after this here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Of course your Buick parks itself. That's so you.
It's just up here on the right.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
Kinda got a 6th sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
Hit the field, warm up. You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yeah.
So you.
It is.
There's a Buick that fits your life, because at the heart of every Buick SUV is you.
24-yard touchdown run for Greg Mango brings the Tigers within 3. It is now 24-21. Florida Memorial with 13:26 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. Joshua Jackson, Sylvester Williams here with you from the Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium here in Jacksonville. Irving Friedman is actually going to be kicking out of the hold of one of his special teams mates. This could be a short kick here.
Yeah, that wind and the rain won't allow it to stand up on the tee.
Here is the kick. It's going to be high and short. It'll be taken from the 25. Across the 30, across the 35, coming near side to the 40-yard line. Tigers are there to finally corral the man down. Making the tackle was Kennard King for Edward Waters. And there are some pushing and shoving going on late.
Just a little bit of conversation going on. That's all. Just friendly conversation. Young men from Edward Waters are telling the young men from Florida Memorial where the best spots in Jacksonville to go and have dinner after the game. They're trying to invite each other, to have dinner and break bread after the game. That's all. Just good conversation.
All jokes aside, there's a lot of South Florida connections on both sides. There's a lot of guys that have played football together and that sort of thing. It's uncanny the amount of South Florida talent on both of these rosters.
Well, it's a lot of talent down there in South Florida.
Without question. 1st and 10 for Florida Memorial at their own 41-yard line. Saquon Smith takes a snap, hands off to the back, coming near side. How about the tackle there for Edward Waters? Whitmire Garcon taking the legs out of the running back and George Young, but Whitmire Garcon is down. That's a big loss there for Edward Waters.
I'm not quite sure what he's grabbing at. I'm not sure what happened. He came in and nice submarine attack kind of just came in and took the legs out.
Well, Young gets the gain of a yard out to the 42, but that's Whitmire Garcon, the injured Tiger for Edward Waters. Starting middle linebacker, or Mike linebacker for Edward Waters. 3-year starter for the Tigers. Senior out of Deerfield Beach.
Hey, we're trying to figure out who's the farthest away. Who's watching this game the farthest away? Tweet us, let us know. We had Greg K come in. Greg K came in and said he's watching out of Greensboro, North Carolina. I know we got somebody farther than Greensboro.
All right, Greensboro. They say Aggie pride up there. I can't say that too loud as a graduate of the great Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to the listeners. Make sure you tweet us. You can tweet us at MyBCSN1. Tweet the boss at MyBCSN1. Tell him how good I sound, how much I need a pay raise.
John Metellus just sent me a tweet. He says, shout out to JC Jackson 904 and the commentary crew for the coverage of EWU versus Flomo. So shout out to John Metellus. Thanks for the kind words. 2nd and 9, takes the snap, handoff. That is Young up the gut, lowers his shoulder, gets stonewalled right to the 45-yard line. Runs into a purple wall there of Tigers before he's hit and corralled by Darrell Roberts Jr.
And that's what we need right here out of Edward Waters. You need those front 3 guys to buck up. You need them to get tough. Tough in the center, because that's all Florida Memorial has been doing is running between the tackles. You need these guys to tough up.
3rd and 4 from the 45. Saquon Smith works from the gun. One backside car to his left is George Young. 3 receivers set, 2 to the far side left, single near side to the right. Takes the snap. Smith back to pass. Looking. Now rolls over to the right. He's going to stop, throw. Got a man open at the Edward Waters 45. He's going to slip and go down there. But the drive stays alive. It's a 1st down for Florida Memorial. That's going to be Jamal Browder with the reception. He just had the 54-yard touchdown reception toward the end of the 3rd quarter.
Just one of those incidents of just making yourself get open, finding the hole in the zone, finding the dead spot, and just sitting there until your quarterback finds you.
1st and 10 for Florida Memorial at the Edward Waters 45-yard line. Shotgun formation for Saquon Smith. One backside car to the right. I'll take the snap. Screen near side. Pass is complete to the 40-yard line. Getting outside and is going to go out of bounds inside the 35 and goes out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Making that catch for Flomo was... Looks like that was Marcel Blanca. Or check that was Frank Bentley on the reception.
Frank Bentley on the reception. It seems like Edward Waters is just having the worst time of putting everything together on one play.
Takes the snap. Handoff. Young. Near side. 30. 25. Backs his way. Goes out of bounds. Clock will wind, however, inside the 25 and down to around the 23-yard line, 22-yard line. It's going to be a first down for Florida Memorial.
See, this is so much of a team game. Edward Waters, on that play, they did a great job of getting inside push, getting the guys on the inside to get a push, and then that forced the running back to pop outside. But what happens now, your outside backers and your DBs have to come up and make that tackle.
Smith takes a shotgun snap. Up the gut, it's Wilbon. Flags are going to get thrown on that play as Wilbon goes down at the 18-yard line. And another flag thrown late. Multiple flags on this. We'll have to sort this one out.
And here's the thing. I think they were going to get a holding the first flag, but then that second flag, a little bit of talking, a little bit of extracurricular activity going on. And I'm not talking about basket weaving or band camp. A little bit of extracurricular.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul, defense, number 9, 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run.
You cannot have
half the distance to the goal.
You cannot have that by a grad student in Jaron Wilson, who there's so many leadership traits that he has about him, but that's just a.
There is no foul for holding by the offense.
Oh, wow. Now, see, I don't like that. I don't like that. It was an obvious blatant hold. He threw the flag for a reason. So why do you pick it up now that you had a personal foul? Come on. He threw it was a hold.
It'll be first and goal for the Lions at the 9. Smith takes the shotgun snap, hands off to the back, coming to the near side. Tigers are going to close that hole, but staying on his feet is Walter Wilbon, trying to back his way close to the 5. He'll go down at around the 7. And now things are just getting incredibly crazy here as Jeffrey Bonica.
Hey, big man, you got knocked down twice. You might want to slow down. They just knocked you down twice. I don't know why you get mad when everybody starts to hold you. You might should have got mad a little bit earlier.
Oh, boy. Second down and goal from the 7.
Oh, come on, big boy. I mean, you're having a good game over there at offensive tackle, but too late to get mad after everybody done knocked you down twice.
Clock runs with 9:55 left to go here in the 4th. Tigers trailing by 3, but the Lions have it now, second and goal from the 7. Pistol formation, takes the snap, handoff to the back, coming over here to the near side. Tigers will close that hole quickly as Whitmire Garcon comes back to make that tackle for Edward Waters. No gain on the play.
Now I want you to watch this. Now you had a helmet come off on that play. James Garrett, big-time defensive tackle. He's been doing a lot in the center down there, and he's coming off the field. Anytime a helmet comes off your head, the player has to come out for one snap.
Easily the biggest third down of this contest. Third down and goal from the Edward Waters 8-yard line for Florida Memorial. Pistol formation. They take the step. Throwing near side man, wide open, caught, touchdown. Touchdown, Florida Memorial. Frank Bentley, I checked that. That was George Young out of the backfield with the reception.
George Young came out of the backfield. All he did was fake a block on the end, kind of peeled off of that end, and then rolled straight out to the corner of the end zone, and he was wide open.
Serge Champagne coming on for this extra point here for Florida Memorial. Snap, spot, kick, up on the way. It is good. 9:30 left to go here, 4th quarter from Jacksonville. Florida Memorial 31, Edward Waters 21. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
At CDW, we get speed as the new currency of success.
Our team spends way too much time tending to outdated applications and software when they should be focused on driving application agility and innovation.
CDW Amplified Development Services modernizes software and application development to help accelerate innovation and digital transformation.
So you mean building new applications, UI, and mobile interfaces?
Well, you said you needed to innovate more quickly.
Oh,
Oh, so he's a listener.
To do more at scale, trust CDW Amplified Development Services.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember they can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go, why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
The Cuvée Group. Young with a touchdown reception for Florida Memorial, extending the Lions' lead back to 10. It is 31-21 with 9:30 left to go here in this fourth quarter of play. Here is the kick. It's going to be high and deep this time. It'll be taken from around the 15. It's Johnny Jones coming to try to return this one. Jones tiptoed his way and got to the 26-yard line. That's where the Tigers will go first down and 10.
All right. Now let's see who they bring back in at quarterback. Let's see if I'm sorry. It looked like Keith Moore. If Keith Moore comes back in. Is interesting, you know, the ballot. And I don't think Russell played that bad of a game.
You got your answer. There's Russell right there.
There's Russell. There you go. I don't think Russell has played that bad of a game. He hadn't played a bad game, but he hadn't been helped a lot by his receivers. I counted at least 5 drop passes. And that'll bring down anybody's QBR.
Personal foul. Block below the waist. Return team, number 25. That foul will be enforced from the end of the kick, end of the run. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So a personal foul penalty on the return against Edward Waters. That's going to go against Jonathan Harris for 25 for the Tigers. That's going to back the football up to the Tiger 14-yard line. It just like everything that can go wrong is going wrong here for Edward Waters here in this contest.
Is there a big hill anywhere on Edward Waters campus?
There's not. Takes the snap. Rolling near side is Mango. Mango trying to break a tackle. Gets across the 20 out to the 22-yard line. Greg Mango with a gain of 8 yards on the play.
Because if it's not a big hill on their campus, Coach Morgan's got to find some place for these guys. They're gonna wear out these stadium steps with all these penalties they're getting. There's going to be a lot of stadium steps in these young guys' future.
Under 9 minutes left to go here in the fourth. Tigers down by 10. Got to have a sense of urgency here. Shotgun formation for Russell. 4 receivers set. One backside card to the right. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Throwing near side pass is complete to Arsiah McCorker. I'm not going to call it incomplete. Field judge back here called it incomplete. It'll be third down at about 2 now for Edward Waters.
Yeah, I think he might have scooped it up off the turf. I wasn't quite sure. We had a bad angle up here in the press box.
So third down and 2 for Edward Waters. Ball is at their own 21-yard line. Clock stops with 8:32 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Tigers trailing by 10. Russell works from the gun, takes the snap, a free play for the Tigers. Looking, throwing near side. McCorker makes the catch at the 35, out to the 40. McCorker goes up to around the 42-yard line, 43. They'll mark it at the 43-yard line. Flag will get thrown for an offside at the snap against Florida Memorial. Of course, that penalty will be refused. It'll be a first down for Edward Waters.
Great find there by your quarterback. Running a little bit of a two-man action. The outside receiver ran a slant, and then the inside receiver kind of ran a wheel.
Defense, number 8. This penalty is declined. Result of the play is first down.
Great job of just finding that outside receiver on that wheel route, that inside receiver on that wheel route, and getting a great catch, even though the man got the jump offside.
Michael Caballero was the guilty party on that play. They're first and 10 for the Tigers. At the 43, he'll take the snap. Handoff to the back. That's Mango with a head of steam. 50, 45, 40. Still on his feet. Gets inside the 40 and goes down at the 38-yard line. Greg Mango says this one ain't over yet. It's a first down for Edward Waters. The line judge over here fell down on the slick surface.
Hey, that surface out there rough. The line judge didn't have his cleats on.
First and 10 for Edward Waters at the 38 of Florida Memorial. 7:50 and counting. Fourth quarter. Tigers down by 10. Takes the snap. Screen. Far side complete to Jones. Jones breaks a tackle. Can't break another one. A gain of about 2 yards on that play.
Hey, you know, young Mango's earning him some playing time this year. He's showing it. He's showing that Edward Waters has another threat in the backfield.
So Hughie comes back in the game at running back for Edward Waters. It'll be second down. We'll call it about 9. And the ball will get spotted at around the 37-yard line of Florida Memorial. Pistol formation, 4 receiver set. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff, throws far side, complete to actually over Jones's head, incomplete. That'll bring up third down and 9 here for Edward Waters. Clock stops with 7:33 left to go.
You know, and this is the thing, you got to help your team out. You got to help your team out. You're down by 2 scores. Something as simple as catching the ball. It ain't rocket science, it's football. Just catch the ball.
Third and 9 at the Florida Memorial 37. Pistol formation for the Tigers. Russell right behind, Hughie right behind Russell. Flag is thrown. It's going to be a delay of game against Edward Waters, or did they get the timeout in time?
Timeout. Ed Waters. 1 minute timeout.
So they will call a timeout. We'll actually go ahead and do the same. 7:33 left to go here, fourth quarter. Florida Memorial 31, Edward Waters 21. Let's take time out here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
Watching out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
Raleigh's a Jacksonville native.
Okay.
Duval.
Yes, indeed. Third and 9. Russell from the gun. Hughie the backside, Carl left. 4 receiver set, twins to either side of the formation. Lions rushing 4 here. Russell will take the snap. Back to pass. Looking. He's going to step up. He's going to throw far side. It is incomplete. Intended for Johnny Jones on the far side. There is a flag, however. There is a flag sitting at around the 23-yard line. We'll see what this one's going to be.
Now, that's interesting. Maybe you got to have a defensive hold out there. Yeah, I think that's going to be a defensive hold on that cornerback. He might have grabbed the jersey.
Holding. Defense, number 3. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that's a big first down for Edward Waters with 7:28 left to go. 27:26 left to go here in the fourth.
What happened, you had a linebacker. You had number 3, Deshaun Davis, out there in the middle of nowhere. That's a little bit too deep of coverage for him out there man-to-man, so he decided to grab hold to a jersey.
First and 10 at the Florida Memorial 27. Shotgun pistol formation this time here for the Tigers. Russell takes the snap. Handoff. Hughie trying to go up the gut. May have gotten the gain of a yard, if that. I know this is the Edward Waters broadcast slide, but I really got to give credit to the Florida Memorial defensive line. They have really stymied this Edward Waters rushing attack here for a good chunk of this contest.
Yeah, they have it. They've been impressive. And one thing about them, they're not a bunch of very big and tall guys, too. They're just really strong.
Handoff. That should pass is intercepted. Off the hands of his intended receiver and right into the hands of a Florida Memorial defensive back. That was Deshaun Davis with the interception.
Now, this is going to sound cruel, and this is going to sound mean. He dropped that ball because he was afraid. And I know we live in a world where you don't like, it's not a lot of personal accountability. But what happened on that play? He came across the middle, and he saw that safety coming across the top, and he made a business decision and pulled his hands in. If you are a wide receiver and you're running across the middle, you have to be fearless. You have to be fearless. If he holds on to that ball, it hit him dead in the hands. There's no excuse to drop that ball. The only thing about it, his heart betrayed him a little bit, and he dropped the ball.
6:56 left to go here, fourth quarter. That's a big turnover for Edward Waters, down 10 points. Lions have the ball now, 1st and 10 at around their own 15-yard line, moving right and up by 10 with 6:56 left to go. Saquon Smith, the former Tiger, at the controls of the Florida Memorial offense. Shotgun formation with one back standing to his immediate right. 3 receiver set, 2 to the near side right, single far side to the left. Takes the snap, handoff to the back, going over the far side's got the first down and more. That's Walter Wilbon. And Wilbon gets forward for a first down out to the 37-yard line.
And see, now is the time to look at body language. If you look at the body language of the team, you can tell the exact score without knowing who's doing what. If you just look at the body language. Right now, the Tigers, they're kind of a little bit of heads down. They're kind of dragging their steps. Florida Memorial, they're skipping around the field. Everybody's heads up. People slapping 5. Hey, body language.
Clock runs, 6:14, 6:13 left to go. Here in this fourth quarter of play, shotgun formation for Saquon Smith. 3 receiver set will take the snap. Handoff, Walter Wilbon, left side this time. Tigers arise to the occasion this time. They get the stop at the line of scrimmage. As on the stop for Edward Waters was DJ Roberts.
And see, this is what you want to see out of young Roberts right here. The eye in the sky never turns off. Somebody is always watching. And if you're showing that you're playing until that final whistle, you're trying to make something happen for your team until that final whistle, your coaches know. Now watch your playing. Watch this young man, his playing time goes up because they see his coaches see he has no quit in him.
2nd and 10 at the 37. Takes the snap. Handoff, Wilbon. He's going to go forward across the 40 out to around the 42, 43-yard line. Whitmire Garcon gets the tackle for Edward Waters. But again, another 3rd down situation for Florida Memorial. Right now, the clock is the enemy of the team in purple right now, down by 10.
And you hate to say this is the play of the game, but this play right here is a huge play for Edward Waters. They have to step up big on this 3rd down.
3rd down and a long 4. The ball sitting at the 43-yard line of Florida Memorial. Under 5 minutes left to go. Smith in the shotgun. 3 receivers set. He'll take the snap. Handoff to the back. Going over to the far side left. First down and a little bit more. Out to around the 49-yard line. That's Walter Wilbon with the carry. Another first down for Florida Memorial. And that's going to chew up more clock here in this contest.
And this is the thing. You want to see a complete team effort. It seems like every time the middle of the defensive line gets that push and they force Florida Memorial to pop to the outside, no one seems to can step up on the outside to bring the tackle down for a loss.
1st and 10 at midfield. Shotgun formation for Smith. Approaching under 4 minutes left to go here in this contest. Tigers down by 10. He'll put his tight end in motion now. Takes the snap. Handoff to the back. That is George Young. Young is going to get into Tiger territory and go down at around the 47-yard line.
Oh.
Looks like it's a bit of more conversation by these two teams, but in front of but on the Edward Waters sideline.
Yeah, just friendly conversation. That's all. Just a friendly conversation. Trying to figure out what's the spot in Jacksonville to go for dinner tonight.
2nd down and about 6 for the Tigers, or the Lions, I should say. Trying to capitalize on an interception. As the clock winds now as we approach 3 minutes left to go. Shotgun formation for Smith. 3 receivers set. 2 receivers near side to the right. 1 far side to the left. Lions just content with watching this clock wind. Takes the shotgun snap. Handoff. That is George Young. Young left side. First down and more. 35-30. 25-20. 1 man to beat. He's going to be pushed into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Memorial.
Just hard running right there by Florida Memorial and George Young. George Young, I guess, picking up where he left off last week. Running hard. Scoring touchdowns.
So a touchdown for the Lions. They extend the lead to 37-21. over the Tigers of EWU.
Tough run right there for the Tigers, but you have to step up and make those tackles on the outside. I mean, what happened on that play? George Young just ran through a bunch of arms. He ran through a lot of arm tackling.
Snap, spot, kick up on the way. Champagne's extra points is good. 2:06 left to go. Fourth quarter here in Jacksonville. Florida Memorial 38, Edward Waters 21. Let's take a quick timeout here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Dandruff protection that's never not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington.
2 left to go here, fourth quarter from Jacksonville. Florida Memorial 38, Edward Waters 21. Here's the kick. It's going to be high and short. It'll be taken by Arsalan McCorkle at the 19-yard line. It's going to be hit and brought down at the 25-yard line.
That was a great open field tackle. It looked like that was about number 12. Wait a minute.
Is that the quarterback?
We got number 12 listed as the quarterback.
Yeah.
That's not Anton Williams right there with that tackle. He seems a little small to be Antoine Williams.
They'll spot the football now at the Edward Waters 26-yard line. We said these first 5 games were going to tell a lot about this Edward Waters ball club. They're going to have to lick their wounds after this tough showing here today and get set to face the defending champions of the SIEC next Saturday here in Jacksonville. First and 10 for the Tigers at their own 26. Jaron Russell at the quarterback position will take the snap. Delayed draw, handout to the back. That's Greg Mango. Mango coming over here to the near side. Slipped and fell as he crossed the 30. Goes down at around the 32-yard line, and he's got a cramp, favoring that right calf.
Yeah, you mentioned these first 5 games. You broke down the schedule a little bit at halftime. You got to see the defending HBCU national champs, Benedict College, next week. And I'm pretty sure Coach Berry is looking at this film and he's saying, wow, I like to run the ball.
Yeah.
It looks like Florida Memorial likes to run the ball too. So
if you remember, for Coach Berry, their starting quarterback, Eric Phoenix, transferred to Murray State. So you're thinking who's going to be the quarterback, but they, as you said, they like to run the football, and they're going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough task next week for the Edward Waters Ball Club next Saturday afternoon here in Jacksonville. Then on the road after that, another team that runs the ball very, very well in Fort Valley State.
Fort Valley,
at Fort Valley.
At Fort Valley. It's never easy to go down there and win down there in Fort Valley, Georgia.
2nd and 5 as Mango skips off the field under his own power after the cramp. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line of the Tigers. 1:42 to go here, fourth quarter, 38-21 Lions. Russell back to pass, throwing near side pass complete to Devin Thompson, I should say. Thompson is hit at around the 36-yard line. It's a first down for Edward Waters. They'll mark it out to the 37-yard line.
This is something that won't get noticed, but Thompson ran to the first down marker and planted himself at the first down marker. A lot of young, inexperienced receivers, they'll run that curl route before the first down, but he did a great job of running to the marker and catching it right there at the first down marker.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Will take the snap. Back to pass is Russell. Russell stepping up in the pocket, throwing near side pass complete to Hugie dropped it. It's about the 2nd or 3rd time that Hugie has dropped the football with his hands, right? The 4th time, I should say, dropping the football. As we say, Sly, it hit him in the worst place possible.
It hit him in his hands. It hit him in his hands. Oh, my goodness. You know, Hugh just has to do a better job of catching the ball out the backfield. That's 4 drops for Hugh. And I'm talking about 4 drops where he was wide open and had a chance to do something big.
2nd and 10 at the 37. Russell barking out the signals. Will take the snap. Back to pass. Looking, stepping up. He's going to throw over the middle pass. Complete. That's Devin Robinson. Robinson out across the 40. Out to around the 43-yard line. On the credit is going to be Charles Filius with the tackle for Florida Memorial. As we'll give him a gain. Give Thompson a gain of about 6 yards on that play. Make it 3rd down and 4.
See, I love that underneath crossing route right there. You know, those linebackers came, and so that center of the field was wide open.
Stop play, timeout called by Edward Waters. So a timeout for the Tigers with 40 seconds left to go here in this contest. This is one to forget for the team that wears purple and orange and represents Edward Waters University. Just unable to get over those self-inflicted wounds, those personal foul penalties, opportunities to take the lead. And you turn the football over in unfortunate situations. And, again, this is just a situation, and no disrespect to Florida Memorial. That's a solid squad. But for the 2nd consecutive year here against Florida Memorial, this is going to be another case of Edward Waters beating Edward Waters.
Beating himself. And here's the thing. If you want to become that program that takes the next step, Coach Morgan, if he wants to get his guys over the hump and take that next step, it's all about team discipline. It's all about individual discipline and not doing the silly mistakes, the freshman mistakes, the little league mistakes that'll cost you the game. Those personal foul penalties.
Takes the snap is Russell on his 3rd down and 4. Rolling over to the far side. Pass is
great catch.
Incomplete. They're going to call it.
Did he? He said incomplete?
Yeah, say incomplete. Intended for McCorker over there on the far side.
I thought he. Yeah, they're going to call it. I think they're going to call that complete.
We'll have to wait to decipher this one as they have a stop on the field for an injury.
I think. Yeah, they're moving the chains.
So we'll give McCorker that reception. It'll be a 1st down for Edward Waters. Out to the Florida Memorial 48-yard line with 33.2 seconds remaining here in this contest.
We were talking about that schedule, the Edward Waters schedule. Next time, they play Fort Valley in 2 weeks, and then they go to Morehouse. Now,
actually, Morehouse is here.
Oh, yeah, Morehouse comes here now. I hate to be that guy, but it seems like Morehouse is the team if you want to get right. If you want to correct some mistakes, you might can take it out on the Maroon Tigers.
The Maroon Tigers, they have a new head coach. Gerard Wilcher comes over as their new head coach. So he's a Morehouse man in himself. Mm-hmm. He takes over for a guy who was there for a very long time and led that program to some success, and Rich Freeman. So we'll see what the Maroon Tigers look like in a couple of weeks when they come down here to Jacksonville. But this is definitely for Edward Waters a look yourself in the mirror type of contest here today. And just knowing that you had opportunities to take the lead, extend the lead, do all of those things. But, again, it's just those self-inflicted wounds that really hurt Edward Waters.
Self-inflicted. Oh, man, it's the worst word ever. Worst words ever. If you're a football fan.
1st and 10 at the Lion 48. Back to pass is Russell. Russell looking, throwing, pointing something, and throws over the middle. Pass is complete to Devin Robinson. 26 seconds, 25 seconds, 24 seconds remaining in this contest. Ball spotted at the Florida Memorial 42-yard line. Russell takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking, rolling over to the right side now. Looking. He's going to throw. Pass is complete. And getting out of bounds, making that reception over on the far side appeared to be Eric Hoff. So Hoff makes a reception, gets the 1st down. Clock stops with 6.5 seconds remaining here in this contest. 1st and 10 for Edward Waters. Ball is going to be spotted at the 28-yard line of Florida Memorial.
And this is a great play for Pride right here. These final 6 seconds, this is for Pride. Right here. Get it in the end zone.
Back to pass is Russell. Looking, throwing, near side, looking for Devin Thompson. Incomplete. And that will end the contest here in Jacksonville. It has gone final here in Jacksonville. Our final score, Florida Memorial 38, Edward Waters 21. We'll go ahead and we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll begin the Ascension St. Vincent's postgame report right after this, as you have been listening and watching Edward Waters University football right here on the Edward Waters Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge.
To Florida Memorial University 38-21, our final score, as we welcome you to the Ascension St. Vincent's postgame report here on the Edward Waters Sports Network. Joshua Jackson, Sylvester Williams here with you from Jacksonville, and Sly, this is a tough one for the team in purple and orange. This is one where you're not going to want to look at this film. This one's rough to look at here for Edward Waters. Could not stop the rushing attack for Florida Memorial. Also, just could not get out of your own way. I keep harping back to that, but it's simply the truth. You know, if you're going to look yourself in the mirror, this is just going to be another situation where once again Edward Waters beats Edward Waters against an arch rival, and you know this is going to be some tough film to look at here in this film sessions coming up.
Yeah, and here's the thing: as a coach, what Coach Morgan is going to do, he's going to go in on Sunday, get everybody together in the film room. They're going to watch this film, and then they're going to burn the film. They're going to burn it and forget about it. Can't change anything, but hopefully you can learn from something. Hopefully, you know, sometimes you can learn from a good butt cutting. And what happened out here today, it wasn't really that much of a butt cutting that Florida Memorial put on Edward Waters. Edward Waters beat themselves this game. They beat themselves with so many penalties in the red zone, just giving up bonehead plays. If you can correct these bonehead plays, bright things in the future for the Tigers.
So the Tigers will look forward to next week, as we said at the beginning of the broadcast, or at halftime of the broadcast, taking on the Benedict College Tigers next week, Sly. It's a tough, tall task for this ball club, as the Tigers, again, of Benedict, the defending champions of the SIAC, they're picked to repeat and do it again this year here for the SIAC. So last we checked, they were shutting out Shaw University in their season opener, the Carolinas Classic up there in Columbia. They're going to come in here looking at this film that Edward Waters put on tape, and they're going to be licking their chops here against this Edward Waters ball club.
I know Coach Berry, one of the great coaches in the SIAC, you know, what he's going to do, he's going to analyze this film. He's going to see that so much success that Florida Memorial had just running straight up the middle. You know, they didn't do anything fancy, anything special. They really just ran the ball straight at Edward Waters, and they ran it straight at him. So now what Benedict wants to do, Coach Berry, he's an old offensive line coach, so you know he wants to run the ball. He has some backs in there. He has a trio of backs over there at Benedict who love to run the ball too. So, hey, quite frankly, if you're Edward Waters, this is the week you want to figure out how tough we are. You want to get out there and figure out how tough we are, because if you aren't tough, it could get real ugly over here against Benedict next week.
Kickoff next week will be at 4 o'clock p.m. We will go on air with the Truist pregame show beginning at 3:30 p.m. here in Jacksonville. The contest will be aired on ESPN Plus, but we'll have the play-by-play on 1010 XL. So definitely want to have you on with us next week here in Jacksonville. That'll do it here for our broadcast today. My thanks to Roy Evans and all the great folks at the Black College Sports Network for their great work on the video side. Our great thanks to Rob Macchio and all of the great folks over at Seven Bridges Broadcasting, 1010XL, 92.5 FM here in Jacksonville. Steve Griffin, thanking you for allowing us to be on the airwaves again for our home contests here in this 2023 campaign. I'll go for this broadcast for Sylvester Williams and all the great folks who make Edward Waters University football possible. My name is Joshua Jackson. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. The unfortunate outcome here from Jacksonville reads Florida Memorial 38 and Edward Waters 21. Take care. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. We'll talk to you again next week as the Tigers take on the Tigers of Benedict College. And you'll hear it and see it all right here on the Edward Waters Sports Network. So long, everybody.
Meet Harper. Harper was born to...
Hey, Josh, always fun doing this with you. Good call.